Good evening. Welcome to another Sunday on Curdia with some curling. I just try to say that again. It's not the breakfast Curdia
Yeah.
and curling and Curdia and coffee and croissants and stuff, but wow, that was still kind of a mouthful for me. Anyways, welcome. It's our last match of the weekend. We've got a good one in store for us. The N19, actually not that one. We'll hide that one for now. It's N19 against the Grey Ducks. A little bit of a rematch between the senior challenge teams. Half of the Grey Ducks, or not half of the Grey Ducks, half of the Black Ducks belongs to N19. So Bart and Stefan here playing against Tom, Stefan, Guy, and Chris. Oh, jeez.
The information is kind of right there on screen, but it's good that
But
you
I
try
can't
to.
look at the screen. It's
Yeah.
I it's like it's a morning, it's not, but we're treating it that way. But we're looking for a good matchup here tonight. I've had a lot of curling all day today. Not here on Curdia. We were taking a break, but the ice is seeing a lot of action. Little bit of a technical issue. They had a heavy takeout hit one of the hacks. They repaired it, but we're gonna see how it holds up. The ice makers have decided, yeah, it's fine. We can go through. So we'll see if that plays into anything.
Yeah, and the ice makers they both play on the Gradux team, Tom van Waterschoot and Stefan. So I mean their
Oh,
game is impacted. So if
and
they say the ice is fine and the hacks are fine, then they have.
you also have Gary on
We also have Gary. Yeah, so
So
basically
three of
it's
our
ice
ice
maker
makers,
face off right here.
three of our ice makers are out there. So,
So they cannot blame the ice for sure.
Nope.
That's one thing we're not gonna hear tonight. So, oh man, who made the ice here? Well, they are both, or they are all responsible, all three of them.
So yeah, we'll see about that. But so, Pim, what do you think? What do you think about tonight's match?
I think it's an interesting game. I think this is covered or kind of framed as the battle for the best of the rest. Steve Raken, they are champion of the winter round, but then the big question is who is going to be the runner-up? Which team is going to be the next best thing? And we had a couple of teams in the race. I think Vergniaud is always strong. They've proven to be a strong addition to League A. We have Housekeepers, upcoming talents. They were second last season. They are playing the men's challengers, also playing the World Curling Tour. And then we have the Ducks, Brewers Ducks, and the Grey Ducks, and of course N19, N19, historically the challenger for the national teams. It was hard to predict among these teams who would be the runner-up, and it was hard for us to predict. But now, as the league is taking shape and we're in the final stage, it basically comes down, I think, to Grey Ducks and N19. Housekeepers have 2 losses. Vergniaud have a couple of losses. Also, Brewers Ducks, they have some losses. So I think it's either Grey Ducks or N19, and the final answer on that question will be tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Like N19 lost yesterday a tight one to
Very close to
Vergniaud.
Vergniaud, yeah.
So that kind of muddled things up in a little bit. But so Grey Ducks are sitting pretty strong. I think a win tonight probably seals second place for them.
Yeah, let's have a look at the standings to.
Might make it easier. There we go.
This is the schedule.
schedule.
We'll come back to that later. But if we look at the standings, so Vergniaud, they're sitting third, but they have played all of their games. They can't improve. Whereas Housekeepers and N18, Grey Ducks, they all have matches to play. And I think Grey Ducks and N18 just with 4 games, they can move up quite a lot in this ranking. Grey Ducks, they have 4 wins out of 5 games, which is super strong. But the question is, will they also prove to be this strong here? Grey Ducks performed pretty good. 4 wins in 5 games, and their only loss was a loss against Verreken. Remember, we had it on stream. It was Tom van Waterschoot leaving it short with the final stone in the final end. They almost won that game against Team Verreken, and they could have won. Maybe they should have won. They have proven to be a super strong team.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you can see from the standings here that Huskies and Daddy's Cool are relegated. Daddy's Cool has one more match, but even with the win, that's just going to push them into a tie for 7th, so they can't get out of that relegation zone. Brewers Ducks, not their best season. The Walter missed a couple of games.
Yep.
They've played some tough ones. They've lost a couple of tough ones this week, but they're going to be able to stay up in the A division and next season come back and fight for some more. They've already said that they're starting to ramp up for the World Championships in April, so that should probably help them as they start playing league matches next season. It's like as that training comes and everything, that they should be a bit stronger and a little bit more focused as the season goes on. N19, only 2 losses. They can still kind of, a win tonight and couple wins next week. They
Mhm.
could put themselves into, they could still make a claim for that second position. So
Yeah, and N19, they have a secret weapon. They have the magician. They have
Magician.
Stefan. I think he's one of the stronger players here in our league, and he is one of those carry players. Sometimes you have these players that are able to carry their team and make their team kind of perform better than people would expect, just kind of giving a team that extra vibe. But the interesting thing here is N19 has it with Stefan, but also the Grey Ducks have that with Tom van Waterschoot. I also have heavy expectations for Tom.
Yeah, both of those teams rely on their skips, rely on their fourths, and these guys do a fantastic job. There's a reason why people don't like playing against them, because anything can happen. You give them get a little bit, and they're going to take that opening. So
Yep.
we're looking forward to an exciting match tonight. I think it's
Yeah. So let's do some predictions. I haven't had the best track record of predictions here. I think I made 2 wrong predictions so far, and John was right twice in a row. So currently, John is leading 2-1 in the predictions here. This is our 3rd game in our series of 5. And I hope to do a little bit better. I was better at making predictions earlier this season, but in this series, I kind of performing poor. But
So-
yeah, for this game, maybe I should start. I think I have the advantage to make my prediction first.
the winner gets to go first. That's
The
how
winner
we've
gets to go?
always done it.
All right,
Yeah,
then you
winner
get
gets
to go first.
So I am going to go with. I'm going to take the magician and N19. I just think they lost last night to Viry or Vergniaud, but it was a tight match, and Stefan had a chance, just missed it 1 centimeter more outside, and his takeout takes it. Not that you guys got to saw that, we did in the ice. It was awesome. Should have been here. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Stefan and N19.
Well, I'll have to correct you there, John. I mean, numbers don't lie. As I mentioned before, Grey Ducks, 4 wins in 5 games. The only loss was that very close game against Team Verreken, but they are a super strong team. They always perform strong. They have Tom van Waterschoot. For me, it's a no-brainer to just say Grey Ducks, they will win. I also have a little poll going on our social medias on Instagram. And if I check the poll right now, we have a couple of votes, and 80% of our fans is also confirming Grey Ducks is going to win tonight. So they're favorite with the bookmakers, they're favorite with the fans, they're favorite with the most handsome broadcaster here at Curdia. So I don't see any reason. I don't see any reason for Grey Ducks not to win, of course. We have people popping in chats. Of course, Timo is there.
Of course. Hi, Timo. The winner should go first because they do have the advantage. It's not playing on the ice. When you're playing a game like this, you win. That's your advantage. You get to choose first.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. We'll make sure with the next prediction I'll go first then to make sure we're compliant with that rule.
I've always let you go first when you won.
That's true.
That is true.
That is very true.
Yes, you were here quite early. I saw
Timo
the chat
was sitting here.
messages.
Yeah. I'm trying to imagine how that looks like. Timo sitting on the couch, and then we had an intervenience. Tom van Waterschoot to bring a personal message.
No, he was just asking if it worked.
Oh, yeah. The
Make
mics,
sure
the
it
mics
works,
worked.
yeah.
No problem.
He
We
just
did.
wanted to check. Yeah.
Yeah, we have this season. We have skips all mic'd up, which is interesting for us to actually know what they're calling, but also for the fans to kind of tap into the discussions. We don't have a swear jar yet, but we've learned that could be something that's interesting. So yeah, League A is coming down to its final conclusion. I think we can say, let's hop over to the booth. I think we could confirm we have 2 relegating teams, Daddy School and the Huskies, and they should play in League B next season, but it could be that we won't see both teams again. Huskies, update on their side is Karl, their skip, left the team, and also Danielle has left the team to join Grey Ducks. Danielle is sitting here as future alternate or future player of the Grey Ducks, but also that is cool. They're in the transition phase, so we have to wait and see what happens for next season. But then in League B, we can confirm that the Glasgow Rangers, the German team from Hamburg, they will promote to League A, and that's a very strong team. They won all of their games so far, and I think teams in League A should be a bit scared knowing that they're going to have a big competitor joining in. And from the other group, it's still hard to tell. Curling Stones, they've lost their game, so they could be out of the race to promote. Haven't done the math on that, but I think favorites to promote from the other B group is Viri2, the Viri women's team, and Take Out Tigers. Take Out Tigers, our game, and that will be a game played on Sunday morning. That's our final game, also the final game of the season for League B. So this is going to be interesting. So not confirmed yet which two teams are going to promote. It's the Rangers plus Viri or Take Out Tigers. And yeah, we are a bit biased, so we are rooting for Take Out Tigers, of course, and we have to do some training
we
next
actually
week.
have to play. You know, it's not just rooting. We actually have to play it. But we're going to be looking at, the Viri 2 still has, I think, 3 matches left.
Yeah, they have a couple of matches
they've
left.
got a couple. Yeah, they have 2 before us. So it's like we're going to be rooting against them pretty hard because we'd like them to come in with at least 1 loss. That way, there's a bit of a chance for us, or a little bit less pressure on us. But
yeah, it comes down to just winning the game. I think the real focus is just making sure we win, and then we don't have to bring our calculator or kind of plot different ways out of the race. It's just if we win, we go to A, and then we deserve it.
I think no matter what, because Curling Stones lost, it does become a win and we're in situation. So I think as long as if Viri wins their other 2 matches coming into it, the winner of that match is going to end up with more points. They get to go through. So it's going to be that simple.
Unfortunately, we will not kind of stream it with the boot and all of that kind of stuff because we are playing in it. But if you want to watch that game, if you want to root for Take Out Tigers, and I know a lot of you people will try to root for Take Out Tigers, you're also welcome to join us here at Curling Club Zems. There is a lot of room on the benches. We have beers in the fridge, although it will be a 10 o'clock morning game, but that's up to you. You can make it a breakfast session.
No judgment here.
No judgment here. But yeah, if we win, we will pop some of that sparkling water they invented in France. And goes by the name champagne.
All right. Looks like they're getting ready to do their LSDs. Do we want to pop in and watch
let's
those
pop in.
before?
Let's pop in. I think Bart is ready to throw his LSD, and that will be the second LSD. I haven't watched the other LSD, so it's hard to tell who is sitting on top right now or who's...
I did not see the first one here for N19. The Grey Ducks both were in the 8-foot.
Yeah, I remember they had to measure the first one of N19, so that means it's at least in the house.
This one looks fantastic. Just outside. Okay, Bart was a little bit in the way there.
Yeah. Now measurements on the way as we are seeing the high fives in the background, and this is a pretty nice stone.
That was roughly the distance that one of Grey Duck's stones was, so I think it'll come down to the other 2 to decide. Timo reminding you, don't forget to mention the Viri Vereka game. Don't worry, we mentioned it at least 3 times, or he mentioned it at least 3 times last night. I'm sure it will get some more play tonight.
Hands are being shook. Is that the...
Yep.
So we are ready to start off the game. And
who has the hammer? That is the main question everybody is waiting for.
Yeah, we have a little chat group amongst Curdia and the BCA to just exchange game results. And in that chat group, I think Chris mentioned, let's beat those fake ducks because they have some ducks over at N19 Campina. That was a strong statement, a bold statement to make.
All right. Well,
but they have some revanche.
Yellow is going out, so N19 will have the hammer.
Awesome. That means we don't have to change anything on our settings. We can just go along. The magician already patiently waiting for Tom van Waterschoot to join him over on the other side of the venue.
And we have another match going over on Sheet B. It's Luxembourg 1 against Curling Stones. We'll keep you guys up to date on that one. As Tom slowly makes his way, he doesn't care about the TV time. It's the initial handshakes between the skips, and Guy will start us off here in the first end for the Grey Ducks. Eventually.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah, we stopped announcing games at 8 o'clock. Say we're going to be live on at 8 o'clock because you can see by the time it's 8:30 when the first stone is being thrown, and that's like 30 minutes is pretty long to.
That's a
just
lot of time to fill.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yep.
Ja, doe maar. Nog. Ja, oké. Ja.
So one of the things you guys will see
Veel serieus.
is that the ice curls differently on each side. Like the side that's kind of up near the wall, it's a bit straighter. That side on the, not a bit straighter, it's a lot straighter. And the side on the open ice side comes in quite, curls quite hard. So going to be seeing a different style on each side of the ice. As Philippe throws his first stone of the night.
Hij gaat even tikken misschien.
It's a bit fast.
Dus erachter. Nou, gewoon op de tikken, want dan zag je inderdaad wel hard uit.
Whoa, and just a bit too hard. So now what does Tom decide to do?
Kort! Kom meer aanspakken, hè?
I think I can turn Tom down. He was much quieter in the curling hall. So I had him turned up just a little bit.
Ja, dat is oké.
Line looks okay. But a little bit heavier. So that's going to come into the house. Ooh, actually goes quite deep. Stefan going to try to sweep that out. Nope, sits back there in the blue. Here we go, Philippe's second stone of the night.
Lijn is goed. Er komt. Ja!
Need to sweep this to get it in.
Nou, laat maar. Ja.
We have Wayne join us again this evening. Hi, Wayne. Welcome back.
Wayne, good to see you.
Dat hij naar daar gaat. 2-5.
Special Christmas broadcast to announce all the transfers over the holidays. Who knows? maybe we do a podcast.
That could be nice, yeah. To just kind of discuss first half of the season, do some predictions on the second half of the season. Could be a nice one.
Ooh, that one doesn't quite curl over enough.
Okay.
But does get rid of the red. Unfortunately, it loses their yellow, but shooter sticks, so. And Stefan says, no, thank you. We'll get rid of that one, please.
And Karl and Jeroen, they just came back from big Scotland holiday. And first day in Belgium.
And they're back on the ice.
Back on the ice training.
Oh, what a nice one from Bart. Ooh, doesn't quite roll out the back, but still quite a lot of movement on those. Very good stone there. Looks, yep. I think we're going to see a lot of like tactical tactical curling tonight. Really just trying to feel out the other team, feel out the ice, especially in this first end.
Oh,
This one looks to be okay. Pushes
Ah,
it on the nose.
je kunt er echt op vertrouwen dat die recht gaat.
Ligt er niet in.
Very straight eyes again over on the wall side. That's a known fact.
I heard Stefan van der Meijden from
Yeah.
the Grey Ducks
Yeah.
talk about... I'll wait till he stops shouting. This one is a little bit light. It's going to tap that yellow one in and actually push it out over, so it's going to
heb niks
guard
gehoord
up
van
that
snelheid.
yellow back. You heard Stefan say he didn't hear anything from the speed, so the sweeper's not communicating. That's important.
Yeah, that's information.
Precies een kaart liggen.
Crucial
Er
to
daarna
know.
nog achter komen. Kunnen we ook deze doen, maar dan is het wel open, hè? Dat was met een kaart liggen. Oké? Ja, liever erachter. Vier.
Tom asking for a guard. Stefan saying he'd prefer to kind of go in, so they're going to try to put this in behind that red, just in the house.
Lijn is goed. Komt hem.
Gerry mentioned
Lijn is
he had a
goed.
bit of an
Chris,
injury.
Kom aan, Chris, voor hem. Valt. Hij valt, hij valt. Ha! Ha! Kom aan, kom aan, kom aan, Chris, kom aan. Oh, man, die valt enorm veel. Nou,
Big difference
man.
depending on which side you throw.
Yep. Karl's so much over on that side. They need to give it a little bit more than they think. I mean, I think the weight was fantastic there. Just a little bit more curl than they thought.
Yeah, so I mentioned Harry not feeling too great. He said he had a bit of an injury. His calves are not in the best shape because of the game yesterday and also because of a lack of training. So we'll see how he will play tonight and if that injury will affect his play.
Yeah, Owen.
Hi
Good
Owen.
evening.
Good
Thought you
evening.
guys would still be on the road heading home. You must have made it back already. A bit. That one just didn't curl. Ends up taking out their own stone. So
ga wel meer uitpakken, want het valt enorm.
yeah, we're gonna take more ice because it falls a lot. I'm paraphrasing, of course, in my translation,
Ja,
but
lijn is oké. Tikje naar binnen.
Well, not all of our viewers are Dutch speaking,
Kies
so
er,
it's
kies er. Maar jongens, houd hem in de gang. Houd hem in gang. Houd hem in gang. Nog. Nog. We moeten nog een
This
beetje
one looks
curlen.
like it's gonna be
Nog,
pretty
nog,
good.
Nog. Ah, super. Echt waar.
Ah.
Geweldig geweest. Ah, top.
you guys are still driving and watching us on the road. Well,
awesome.
all right then.
Drive safe, and we also have
Yeah.
Jalem Sujin. Sorry for mispronouncing that on stream. Congratulations again with winning the European B Division Championship. And I noticed he also voted on our Instagram story poll, and he is rooting for Gradix tonight, together with, let's have a quick peek, Brecht Bertels, Tom Goethals, Mona, Leon are all rooting for Gradix. So basically Gradix is fan favorite tonight.
Oh, let's hope that the N19 spoils the
Dat ligt wel leuk.
spoils the fans' night because, well, I picked them.
Zo kun je niet aan. Onmogelijk. Zo wel. Zou dat kunnen proberen, maar dat is ook wel een beetje risicovol, hè. Ik denk, ze gaan hier nooit aanraken, dus ze gaan sowieso langs deze kant komen. Ze moeten hier iets doen, denk ik. Ofwel leggen we hem hier, hè. Ah, precies, ook tof, hè. Ah, oké. Deze was voor Stefan, ik zou deze ijs pakken. Hij valt op het einde enorm. Ja.
Tom giving a little bit of instruction to Chris on how the ice is curling and saying, hey, we have to give a little bit more. Now, normally,
Ik zou hem hoog in het
Owen is joining me. He knows what's up. Follow. I win on purpose. It's not accidental that I win these picks.
Oh well. John has 2 right picks so far, and you know the saying, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Let's be totally honest. It's 2 right this week, not just all time. It's this week.
Als hem voor het huis ligt, ben ik eigenlijk ook oké. Dus ik ga liever ervoor.
This is the first week we've started officially keeping track, but
Yeah.
this will be a running score for the rest of the season, all the way through till the finals in I think in May, April, May. We don't know when they're actually the seasons will finish, but last season it was mid-May before.
Yeah. Last season we also had doubles playoff beginning of June, and then a lot of
Oh, that's
teams they
right,
just forfeited because
It's a
well,
big
in
enough
June
battle,
nobody
though.
really likes to play curling anymore, especially the teams that were not qualified for playoffs. They had to play placement matches.
Laat hem buiten.
Yeah,
Kom aan, laat hem buiten.
I totally don't blame
Kom aan,
them.
nog. Kom aan, laat hem buiten.
Following the stone, gets it down. Kind of leaves a double there, but it does take
Ofwel
away
double.
that path to draw into the button a little bit. So, but I think there is a double there.
So Owen Rees, are you joining for the second part of the
knows, of
season? I know
hier.
that was a bit of a
Is ook al
doubt
nuttig. Daar
to
moeten ze iets mee doen.
make it work in the calendar and the
Als
schedule
ze
of
mogen
the
speelt.
teams over there, but I hope we'll see you again
Zal
after
wel niet
New
blijven
Year's
liggen, maar ja.
competing in the,
Anders
the
je
new
achter
League
komen
B.
op zich gaat het. Zelfs moet ik hem leggen, maar.
I hope you guys have a comfortable chair and a nice drink because sometimes Stefan can take a while to think these shots through.
Ah, yeah. He's
He is a member of our all thinking team and also a member of all hair team. So
Yeah.
Ik kan voor dubbel gaan. Maar dan moet ik hem zelfs toch leggen. Hè? Dan leggen ze misschien iets beter. Ik kan misschien beter eerst onmiddellijk leggen.
So he's saying
Snelheid.
that he could go for the double, but he doesn't think that he would lay
Helemaal buitenkant.
closer. It'd be very tough to keep it to the shooter lying in the house. So he's going to try to lay something in first. Paraphrased, of course, and probably incorrectly translated for part of it, but it's the general idea. This one looks a bit heavy. It's going to get around those guards, but then is it going to stop in the house? Okay, hashtag John's wrong. It is not getting around those guards, and it was actually not that heavy.
Ik ga een 2-5 spelen.
But not a lot of communication there with the
Iets meer pakken.
with the sweepers. So you didn't hear
Come on,
anybody
let's play
shouting
faster,
to, like Gary didn't shout for sweeping. Probably didn't think that the speed was
Straat, hè.
like that.
Come on,
So
let's play
yeah,
faster,
seems like there's some
let's
communication
faster.
problems with the naked
Ik
team in
denk
this
dan een,
opening
2-7.
end.
Yeah.
Ja, ik weet het nog niet zo goed. 2-5, als die naar binnen kan vallen, zou ik dat wel top vinden.
So Tom going for the takeout, probably a hit and roll here. We want to get this on the right side of the nose on that red. Let it roll underneath those now stacked up double yellows. Nope, it's gonna stay on the outside. Does get rid of the red, but now leaves an opportunity for Stefan to draw in. I think they just needs to get into the whites, I believe. Yeah, just a little bit more than biting the white, and
Dat is meer juist wat snelheid.
it will be 1 for N19.
Dat is buiten. buitenkant, hè. 2-9 is traag, denk ik. Hè? Een beetje meer, maar niet veel. Hè. Als ik traag speel, valt hem ook rapper. Dus als hem 2-9 mag dan beginnen een beetje vegen. Correct.
Just confirming the time that they're going to want to throw and what they need to do if it's not that number. Because they're afraid this one being on the outside might slow down and curl a lot more.
Needs to be
There we go. Gary calling for the sweep.
in white to score a point here.
Enkellengte.
Think this is fine.
This one looks pretty good.
Can Tom sweep it out? I don't think so.
No.
This is fine, and this is 1 point for
Dat is buiten.
N19.
So good recovery from N19 there. A little bit worried on my side. I think Tom being a little bit outside on his takeout. Yeah, unfortunately slides it over, but you can never guarantee that if he was on the inside that it would have rolled and sat where it needed to. So
Yep.
Still put the pressure on Stefan to actually make the shot.
And then Gradux, they are a full professional. They are keeping track of their strategy. We have Danielle and Seppe analyzing the game. 2 coaches there filling in the curlets. You can see which team is professional and which team is the Team YOLO here tonight.
Yep. All right, so Philippe's going to start us off in the second end for N19. They take a 1-0 lead over Grey Ducks early on. But very tactical that first end, you know, really trying to feel out the ice, figure things out. Tom asking about transfers,
Mag erin,
already
hè?
known transfers of team info
Komt
or
er
team
mooi in.
info for part
Ziet er
2.
heel goed uit.
Well, we have some
LSD.
unconfirmed insights that
Heel
we,
mooi.
yeah, it's too early to kind of reveal, but
Het
I
is
think
Luxemburg aan het spelen.
There
Kan
are
ik
some
jou?
known transfers already, Tom.
Yeah.
So we know that Caro is going to be an alternate for Team Vareken. Is that correct?
That's
to
correct.
Say?
Yeah. So Caro left the Huskies to play as alternate for Team Verreken, and Danielle also left the Huskies to join the Grey Ducks. But we'll have to wait and see. After the 18th, the December 18th, is the deadline to sign up for the second part of the season, and then we'll have full confirmation on team lineups.
Well played corner guard from Guy. I think that's pretty much exactly what you want. And I forgot to swap the microphones. That's why it was so quiet. But
Yeah, I think we're in for an interesting game here. I think so far I don't have the impression one team is overperforming the other. I think it's very equally balanced.
yeah, and that's about what I expected from these teams as well. Is that they won't come out trying anything dramatic. They'll just be okay. Let's feel out the
En dan
ice. Let's try to
komen!
see the
Daar komt
feel how
Steen!
everybody's playing.
Komen! Komen! Bart on the steen! Bart on the steen!
Trying to get this one to curl over. You see how little ice he gave and how little it's getting over,
zo.
but
Echt, hier een borstel.
that one gets in onto the onto that center line, half covers that red.
I mean, it is an advantage if you have so many ice makers on your team that you really know the secrets of the ice. You don't have to discover it over in the first couple of events. I think Tom, Stefan, Jerry, they all know the condition of this sheet.
I think after watching these matches the last couple of weeks, I think we know it as
Wel,
well.
wel. Komt heel goed, denk ik. Hoe snel is hem? Wacht,
This one looks pretty good. Curling over. Right on the nose. Taps it back. Not quite out of the house, but I guess not even close to being out of the house, but does move it back end, spiting the 12-foot. it does leave that yellow a little bit open, so
Zachte.
soft takeout here.
Ja!
Gets around that guard. This is going to be pretty good. Oh,
Valt toch nog harder dan ik
actually,
dacht.
hashtag John's
No,
wrong
look
again.
at
I mean,
that.
it's not terrible, but I thought that was just going to give a little bit of a rollover, but I guess it got more over the nose than
Ga die
I
eruit
thought.
spelen
So
en naar binnen komen.
I should
Take
really
out.
just stop saying anything until the stone has stopped moving.
But then we'll lose our hashtag John's wrong. That's,
I'm okay with that. Now, I think the one thing I've picked up over the last couple of weeks watching this ice is that this end, the clubhouse end of the ice, isn't as straight, but it's still pretty straight ice.
Het is
I wouldn't say it curls much more than the other end. But I think the other end, you have some spots where there's
Ervoor
really
is niet
negative
erg.
ice.
Niet achter het tee. Lijn is goed. Ja. Ja. Oh,
Need to work on that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just gonna catch that. But that's
geweest,
not
hè?
a bad finishing
Dat is
position.
wel
that's a nice one.
That's
Zet het hard op.
got a little bit got away with it, but hey, that works out.
Feels like this was not plan A, but it was a decent result, so they are happy.
2-7. Ga dat proberen. 2-7. Het is een trage take-out, hè.
So, going for a easy takeout here. Hopefully to get that roll
Oh.
back over to the middle.
Quite the push, so is this a 2-7? I don't know. It feels
No,
a bit heavy.
Stefan kind of flicking his wrist up. This is kind of heavy. Need to make sure it gets around that top yellow.
Sorry. Foutje bij mij.
He does get it.
Ja,
Gets
sorry.
the takeout.
Je komt-
Het beste van een steen maken mooi gekald. Oh, you're gonna make me translate, Timo. I always struggle with the word maka. I kind of know what it means. I know what it means, but it can be translated in so many different
Yeah,
ways.
it's like
Lijn is goed.
one of those words that can
Plaats genoeg.
change meaning depending
Hij
on the
begint te
context.
komen.
Sentence.
Yep.
Ziet er goed uit.
But he did say it was a good call.
Ziet er
Ja.
goed uit. Nee.
This
Ziet er heel
one-
goed uit.
Stays above the tee line, gets behind that guard. Not bad. Well played, Stone, there. But I think with the way the ice curls, they can get that one out of there. And at the worst, it opens it up.
Yeah. He kind of suggesting
Arms
let's open it
oppakken.
up.
Speel.
So I'm following
Peel.
that suggestion. Peel weight here coming in from Stefan.
Jullie. Come on.
Sweep the
andere kant.
line. Does that catch the one on the back? Ooh, just misses. Over curled a bit, but does get rid of it, opens things up. It's going to force Stefan to throw another guard up there.
Even op buiten.
Bart indicating it might be a little
Karl,
light.
Bart on the steen, Bart on the steen.
Well, even Gary getting involved in the sweeping, trying to make sure this one curls over and covers up that stone. Actually, that's not the bad. That's a pretty good side there, because there's more curl from that side, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get to that one in the back. So they're just going to peel this one right off.
Calling for line.
Hard, hard, hard. Uit hem vast. Uit hem vast, uit hem vast. Oké, naar buiten vegen.
Oh, a long double.
Almost a triple there.
Almost.
You can click this one. I like this one a lot.
Click that one, yeah.
Nog maar eens hier komen.
That was always
hier, hè.
always an option there.
Yeah.
Gets rid of the
En dan kwam
two
er niet
stones
aan de
above the
center
tee
line.
line, so very
een
nice
beetje
from
minder.
Stefan. All right.
Die van voor is ook al goed, hè?
This is a problem when you have Stefan following Stefan. They spell their names differently, but it sounds the same.
Van
Yeah,
voor
that's
is
why we
haast.
call that
magician.
one Stefan the
Zelfs een 3
magician.
is niet erg.
The Hans Klok of Belgian
Zo
curling.
kunnen ze erin komen, maar dat is lastig. Zeg, als het juist naast de gaard gaat, mogen we wel verder vegen voor goede positie.
Depends on how straight this one is. This one looks to be...
Oh, laat hem doodvallen. Van voor in het huis.
Gets around the guard. Jeez, that was...
So
Yeah.
close.
that was so tight.
Oh!
Does not get behind it very much, though. But I was watching that the whole way. I'm like, that's gonna turn. That's gonna turn. And it held
Als ik
straight.
daarop ga,
It's
dan lig ik niet zot.
kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. When you're
Yeah.
looking at this, it's like, this
Lig ik
isn't
niet
normal.
zot. Ik lig hooguit daar of zo. En dat betekent eigenlijk niks. Dus dat, ik denk niet dat dat het shot is dat ik moet maken. Ik heb het gevoel dat het interessanter is om hier te komen of zo. Nee? Voor de curl achter die gele. Zo, hè?
Seems to like coming up the open ice side, curling in between those two yellows and getting behind the red.
Maar ja, het probleem is, ik kan het opnieuw doen, hè. En dan moet ik wel langs hier.
I think his biggest fear is going after that red would be having it jam on the back and then having it
Ja, hè.
their yellow exposed.
Ja.
A bit of thinking time here.
Yep. Well, while they're
Ja, dat
thinking,
is
we'll
wel
go look
zo
over on,
doortikken
I
natuurlijk.
think, an update on sheet
Ja,
B.
dat is wel waar wat je zegt, dat die
I have to
Dan zou
see
ik
what
nog
color
twee
is
zeven
which.
spelen.
Okay,
zeven
curling
spelen.
stones lead it 3-0
Maar die
over
vraagteken uit, hè, dus,
Luxembourg 1. They're in the third end. And from what I can see in the house, curling stones have a
Dus ofwel,
shot in the
ofwel die eruit,
on the
maar
button.
dan liggen we niet shot. Ofwel proberen die guard daar tussen dat gat te leggen, op de draw. Dat is een beetje een vervelende situatie. We gaan toch een 2-7 op die rode spelen.
Yeah, Tom's saying it makes sense to go between the two yellows, a lot more curl on that side. Yeah, it's true, but it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I don't think this is necessarily a bad time to attempt to go on taking out that top red. They've seen that it is fairly straight, except
Allee.
that
Allee.
was always the risk. Was that it just didn't get over enough to
Ligt al
make
daar
enough
komen.
contact.
En hier is alles.
And so now, yeah, N19 sitting 3 in really
Like
tough
this,
spots. Grey Ducks do have the hammer, but N19's got an opportunity to
Kijk, hier is ook cool, want dan hebben we dat afgedekt.
block off the path to the
kan hem dan niet
button from that
gebruiken,
side. Yep, exactly what they're gonna do.
Beetje meer. Ik wil hem meer hier als guard. Nee, ik wil hem er bijten maken, maar niet dieper. Alhoewel, als de lijn maar goed is.
It's telling the sweepers that they don't want it deep. They want this one just outside the house. Yeah, Tom's saying he played the C sheet yesterday and always trying to avoid that side. Yeah, we've seen a lot of teams just kind of opt out on playing the wall side. It's
Ook niet, hè? Dat is zo raar.
Yeah, it was also the
But I
case with
told them they
Housekeepers
told them,
against Brewers, where they both tried to
come to
draw on
me,
the
eh?
pin. Housekeepers consistently opting to come over the open eye side. Even it was harder to get to the pin, but they just really avoided that wall
Zou
side.
je toch zo komen? Of zo? Deze is wel risicovol natuurlijk, hè?
really nice stone there from Stefan.
Ja, gewoon Waterschoot, ja. Ik denk zo. Zo, ik denk. Dat redelijk veilig is.
We're drawing the walls because it's hard to play and you've got backing.
Yeah.
Leggen. Leggen. Ja, hij moet in het rood.
Yeah.
I'm torn about this call here from
Ja,
Tom coming
zo,
up that
want
side.
die
Well,
front,
it's not
Die
that
blauwe-
hard
die
to
blauwe, die
to draw on that
groene,
side. It doesn't curl that much. So as long as you're passing those guards, you're just going to roll into the red, which is fine, and you have
Yeah.
some backing in case you throw a bit too hard. So
15.
Gary is going to take a nap there, trying to. Good night, Gary, and we'll make sure we wake you by the time
When it's
Tom
your-
is finished. Yeah.
When it's your turn. So I guess, yeah, they really just need this one.
Yeah. Just touching red is good enough, right?
Oh,
You cannot tap the guard.
Nope, that's okay.
And now it's all about the weight, and they have some backing, so this is fine.
Very nice stone there from
Yep.
Tom. Even if it did take points away from a negative. I have to be somewhat objectively neutral. Great stone there from Tom to tie things up after 2. Yeah, this is really turning out to be what I expected. The first couple of ends really kind of play tactical, play smart. You can always count on a Tom in your team.
So,
Yeah, while we've got time between the ends, just before Guy starts us off, don't forget, go vote in the viewers' choice poll.
tot heel veel plaatsen.
Had that out for a couple days. Not too many votes. We want everybody to vote on this. Otherwise, I'm going to start picking the shots of the match again, and then I know everybody's going to be unhappy.
yeah, we always also have always have some people trying. Hey, why was this shot a match? Why wasn't it my stone?
Yeah.
Guard!
We have a secret algorithm to decide the shot of the match. That's one of our best kept secrets so far.
It's just whatever I remember to click on.
That's part of the
Hij is
equation.
rood!
But YouTube does have the clip feature. Like down below, you can click clips
Hij moet
and
nog wel afvallen.
click the clip
Hij gaat wel
button.
komen.
and you can make a clip. And if I go back and when I rewatch the videos, I do look for those clips. If somebody's made something, I'll add that into my rotation of what shots I'm going to look at. So if you see something you like, click the clip button. and I will take a look at it. So
Yeah, clip those stones. Add a hashtag shot of the match.
great, great opening stone there from Guy. Well placed right there on the center line. Couldn't ask for a better position just outside the house. So let's see what Philippe can do with his first stone of the end.
Yep. Yep.
Getting on that sweep, making sure it comes in. This looks to be fantastic as well. A great follow-up stone.
Nou, 3-4
Excellent
en
stone
wel
here.
beter. Goed erin komen.
Yeah, can't ask for much better than that.
Peiling up. 3. En is goed. En is
This one
heel
looks
oké.
pretty good.
Ja, ligt er maar voorbij. Ja, kom maar, kom maar, kom maar.
I'm gonna try to sweep this one around it.
Nog. Ja, oké.
Whoa! Stefan
Ja, ja, ja,
pulling
maar-
off.
Als hem daar tegen tikt staat, dan had hem naar binnen gekomen en daar zijn we niks mee. Dus ik heb dan eigenlijk liever deze.
So Tom's saying he'd rather had it too long
Nice shot.
than tap on it. So great stone there from Geeb. Just a little bit deep, but hey, you can't complain too much about it.
Andere baan, hè. Pas op, hè. Hij komt al.
This one's quite a bit outside compared to the other stones. But this should curl over
goed,
quite
goed.
nicely.
Oh, look at this curl
Dat is
here.
een andere baan.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yep.
2 great stones from Philippe and Guy to start this end. It's not often the front ends get to do such
Dat we deze doortikken.
be so involved in the end,
Dan
but
zijn we wel onze defensie kwijt.
this
Zou
one's
precies
turning out
hier
a bit
achter
different.
liggen. Yep. Ga genoeg ijs pakken. Stefan eerst. Stefan.
Stefan not immediately reacting.
Oh, wachten.
Yeah, this is already curling hard, so they don't want to tap in reds. They're gonna
this
let it
will-
die.
This will curls a lot, taps over onto the
Okay.
yellow.
320. Ja.
Yeah, some stacked up yellow guards for N19 to use.
Snelheid.
Speed looks okay on this one. Might be a little bit on the heavier side. Clear the guards, but yeah, I believe that's gonna get out the back. With some help from Tom. Thank you, Tom.
It's still biting, I think.
Yep, think it still might be biting, but
Ja.
it's as good as out.
Yeah.
So
Zou
not
hier een
totally
take-out
wrong.
op spelen?
Hashtag John
Die
wasn't
gaan we niet
totally wrong.
meepakken. Weer 5.
Going for a nose hit here on the red.
Stefan.
possible double if this works out. Gotta
Harder, come
hold
on,
this
look,
one though. It's starting to
look.
curl over.
Look.
Well, peels off one of the yellows, but does get that red out through the house. So
Okay.
not bad. Good result there. Keeps that shooter sitting up in the corner
Vieren.
guard, so it could be useful
Vieren.
later.
Dat is het gevaarlijkste. 3.
So opting to put the guard out a little bit off the center line.
Ziet er hard uit.
Part of me would have maybe looked at going, putting something over that yellow guard in the middle.
Ja, ja, ja.
This one's going to be a little bit deep, so they're going to sweep it deeper, try to get it in behind that red in scoring position. Oh, wow, look at that.
Very good stone there.
That is a fantastic finish.
4. Ja.
Nice stone for Bart.
We have clicked on that one. You know, wasn't plan A, but hey, that's still a good stone. This one also outside, a little heavy. Is that going to come in? Ooh, just misses the red. I think that would have been a bad miss. It had tapped the red one there and tucked it in underneath. That would have made it a little bit trickier to get out of there. Although they did miss opportunity here for N19 to kind of put up a guard, protect that draw line up the open ice side.
Ja, dit was voor een Bart en die komt hier. Je mag hier liggen, hè.
Getting a little confirmation of the ice there. Why Gary thinking it was a little bit too much ice, but Stefan explaining why.
Oh!
There it goes, starts to curl. Gonna be a touch deeper, I think, that they want, but I think that's. Oh wow! Look at how it just keeps curling over too. But I think still a pretty good position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking good for N19 so far with stones and shot position with a lot of protection in front of it. So it's
Ja, als ik die rode heb,
thinking
is
time now for Redux.
Deze ligt in ieder geval derde shot. Ga de peel doen!
Pew weights. We always like to see that.
Yeah,
Always
like the big booms. Yep. There's an old 80s rap song that's called "We Like the Cars That Go Boom." We can say we like the stones, the stones that go boom.
Ja!
This one needs to get around that yellow though. I think it's a little bit tight. It's gonna peel off that top yellow guard.
Jammer.
Yeah, misses its intention here. So
Yeah, I think even with the heavyweight stones, they're still curling quite a lot on that side. So probably needs to give a little bit more ice. It's not often we see the skips setting up outside the house here on the curling club Zemps to get something in the middle of the ice, but I mean, I kind of do like how much curl there is from that side. It's just a shame that the other side is basically negative ice.
Come on, curlen, curlen, curlen!
Needs us from the curl over. Oh, that was just a little bit light.
Ja, dat is een ander.
Stays outside.
Deze denk ik. Wat doe ik? Doe ik een peel of gewoon een take-out? Gewoon een take-out is eigenlijk genoeg, hè?
Tom asking, do I go for a peel or a regular takeout? Well, we want to see
Ik
some
zal
peel
nog iets
weights.
minder pakken. Nog een keer plaats, hè? Ja.
I think, yeah, he said normal takeout probably, and I think I agree with that one.
But it's not as spectacular as peel weights.
Stones will be moving. I mean, it's a peel weight at 2 stones. I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be. There's no way to hit more stones. So peel weight's just kind of superfluous. You know, it's a little bit too much. It's like using a stick of dynamite to, I don't know, blow up something small. I didn't think that one
I'm not
through.
going to comment on that. That was too much of an invite to make a very bad joke. Mats is also here, and also Tuur is here, the goats.
Yep, sure. Welcome in. How's the game going? On time for some action? Well, first couple of ends have been very tactical, trading, you know, just kind of feeling out the ice, getting comfortable with it. So, haven't missed anything super exciting yet. Hopefully we start seeing a bit more.
With this takeout right here.
This one looking to be pretty good. Oh no, it's not going to curl enough. Oh, does not curl enough. Yeah, maybe that side should have just gone for a straight up, put it on the broom on the nose and gone with the peel. Sure, you're not supposed to call yourself the goat. You gotta let other people call you the goat. Michael Jordan doesn't call himself the goat.
Nope.
Everybody else calls Michael Jordan the goat.
Oh, when watching in full motion, sitting in the car back to England. Is he still in Belgium? Or would he be in England at this point?
Sorry.
Honestly, I don't know.
When he left?
There was a car with UK plates leaving the parking lot as I pulled in about 4:45. So they could be on the tunnel. But they could also not be quite to Calais yet either, depending on traffic. This one curling over pretty nicely, or as little as it needs to, and well-read stone, well-played stone there from Stefan. We're still waiting to board a Calais. Yeah, I figured it was you guys. We don't have any other English teams here in the league, so I kind of expected that was you guys.
It could be cool if there were more teams from England joining, so they can have this kind of small delegation together with Team Reese. Then we can have the England derby, the way we had the German derby yesterday.
That's true. That is true.
Stefan is wide awake here. Not mic'd up, so we don't know if he was screaming or just yawning.
Tur is a special breed of goat. You said it, Timo.
Ja, die ligt ver, hè. Daar te liggen, ja, ja. Qua curl,
Yeah, discussing like, does it curl? I think they could curl us up around the wall side, or the open ice side, and
dat is waar.
I always like how he is wearing his chrono as a bracelet or as a necklace.
oh, Guy, yeah.
It's,
Dan kunnen zij natuurlijk hier nog een bij leggen. Dan moet
Who
je
else? Somebody else does that in the club as
yeah,
well.
is it somebody from Curling Stones?
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
I always find that would get in the way when I'm sweeping.
Yeah.
Wacht, proberen.
But after watching the Korean team in the WCT last year, how they had theirs on their hip with little like retractable cables, I went out and got one of those. So now I just like, so when I'm done,
Wat
I
ik ook
just
zou
let it
kunnen
go.
doen om ervoor te zorgen dat hem geen 3 maakt, is hem gewoon hier leggen, hè.
Bert does the same.
En het op 2
Ah,
halen.
Bert,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know there's a couple. I know, but the Curling Stones guys are the ones that stand out because they're also playing right now. So while we're waiting for them to discuss, we'll give you an update from Sheet B. So Letzeburg scored 1 in the third. So it is 3-1
Stel voor dat we
Curling
die
Stones
weer
over
spelen.
Letzeburg. They're in the
En
fourth
dat we
end. That's
proberen
about
daarin mee te pakken. Ja,
halfway through the fourth.
wat denk jij?
They're playing considerably faster, but I think they also got on the ice first.
Ja, doe maar wat minder. Ja, ik kan een peel spelen. Ja.
So decision has been
Ah,
made.
moeilijk.
Peel weight takeout here for Tom with his
Ja,
last
deze
stone.
beurt is om te proberen er 2 weg te krijgen. Allee, nog één
Trying
in
to
het
do a
huis.
double takeout here. If this works, they could end up with a nice result, but it's a scary one because
If it doesn't work, then it's could be a big end for N19.
because they have a hammer, they can always add an extra point to the board with your last stone.
But if it works, we're clicking it. It's a hashtagable shot. Oh, that's not
Val!
curling over.
Oh,
Whoa!
allee. Ah, juist niet. Godverdomme.
And that's
Well,
a swear
there's a
jar.
swear jar, so I was
jar
waiting.
confirmed.
Was waiting for it to click before I click the switch the mics over. Oh, so close to catching that red one in the back.
Yeah.
Would it have had enough
Helemaal
move
een
it all the way
drukke
out?
shot. Die
We
van
don't
achter ligt
know.
zo-
Is
die
that
van
what they
achter
call a
is een beetje
tommeke over Team Verreken? I know there's a term that they use, but I haven't figured out what situation
I
fits
think
with the
maybe.
I think it was kind of just missing,
Yeah,
and with an excellent
very, very
execution.
close miss. Yeah. So relatively straightforward stone here from Stefan. Just kind of rub it up against one of those 2 in the house and score 3. Just has to make sure it gets there. This one looks to be, oh, but on the first stone. Okay. And Guy trying to sweep that a little bit through, but oh, they're gonna have to check.
Do you have to measure?
No, looks like they've swept it away. So I'm guessing that it's going to be 3 for N19 there.
Wat
Ja.
was dat? Oh, dat is
Okay,
een probleem, want
so-
achter zat er niks.
A stone that is very close to hitting something but changes nothing to any stones. Okay. All right, then let's see. Bart is going to put the score up for us. That should be a 3. Yes, it is. Confirmation.
Always nice when the skips, or at least the players, make sure they update scoreboards.
Yep. So with that 3, N19 takes a 4-1 lead heading into the 4th end.
But
So-
nothing to worry yet. This is still early in the game. 3
It's-
ends. We have seen teams come back from a bigger gap. I still remember that game. I think it was Team Verreken against Team Vernio, where and deep down in the last end, Jeroen missed heel weight takeouts, and then Stefan had the opportunity to tie the game or even win the game. Unfortunately, he didn't, but that was a very exciting last end. Rewatch that if you haven't. Not sure if you mentioned that before.
Nou, zo ver mogelijk.
I don't know. I think Timo was asking
Good
about
luck.
it earlier, so
Yeah.
I was hoping, reminding you not to forget to mention it. So there you go, Timo. You got it mentioned
Good.
again. This one just curls off the
Hier!
center line. So Tom opting, let's curl this one around behind that guard and go straight into the house. Yeah, Wade, this is the match that I expected to see tonight. You know,
Waar komt hem? Voilà, laat hem! Ja, tegen!
I don't think I can turn Tom down anymore without actually like turning him off. All right, not on the center line, so it doesn't
Eigenlijk
do
een
much.
topsteen. Het
Just splits it. Tom's saying, hey, that's actually a pretty good stone. That actually does help them out a lot, gives them 2 corner guards, so
He was like, huh?
he's
How
a
is
little
that,
confused, but hey.
was
you
this
know.
a top stone? Okay, sure. I'll take the 4 points on curl it then, but
That maybe. Well, I was telling Timo. I was telling Pim last night that we should just record him saying it and put a button on our stream deck, so that way he just has to press it and he doesn't have to
How's it
keep
up?
doing it,
Zit de T-line
keep
op?
repeating it himself.
but then also I have to make a button for the
Maak
Team
volgende team.
Hurtman versus Team Verreken game as well.
Well, we can just have several recordings, and then we can just press a button. It'll randomly pick one.
Yeah. Legendary moments in Belgian curling. Top picks from Curdia TV. Number 1, Team Verreken almost screwed their victory. Number 2, Team Verreken again almost screwed their victory.
Timo is our biggest supporter, yet our biggest punching bag. It's,
Stefan! Ja! Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta! Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta!
Oh, and there's the tata.
there's the,
Ta-ta-ta-ta! Come on! Hard! 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 Hard!
there's the air K.
Oh! Yeah, that weren't hard enough to make that stone avoid that picking up the curl. But yeah, this is signature move from Tom. If you hear somewhere in Zemst and you're wondering, huh, what the hell, what's going on? It's coming from the venue here, Curling Club Zemst, and it's Tom van Waterschoot.
Wayne, even good teams, even good teams miss stones from every once in a while. You didn't jinx anything. Yes, it is a form of brotherly affection. You can't make fun of your best friends, your good friends. What can you? Who can you make fun of?
Lijn is goed. We zitten op hard, ja.
This one's going to tap on the red. Is it going to push that through? Tom's going to try to sweep that. Doesn't go far enough, but
You know what would be funny if he's trying to sweep a
nog eens
stone
twee
out of the house, being the
proberen.
skip, but he would also do for himself, like encouraging him, like, "Come on, Tom."
Zou hem langs hier zetten?
I think he should. Maybe then he could have flipped it out of the house.
maybe it'll give him that burst of energy he needs.
The nitro.
Yep.
Got some weight on this one, a little bit.
Oh,
Tom did say stop sweeping, but Stefan did not. But it does
sorry,
catch
het
that.
is niet-
Does catch it out there. So
Een 3.
and I did.
I-
He was giving me ideas. Make a remix with the.
Yeah, I should make a remake.
I can easily isolate that audio.
Now we've seen him do the I'm just waiting for the bunny hops.
Oh, yeah, that's all we need. Yep. Need
Just bijten zou perfect zijn.
pretty soon we'll have a. Yeah, Darude's hand store remake that with Tom. Good suggestion, Kevin. All right, this one comes into the house. Doesn't curl
Opnieuw.
over, but
Ik zal een trage teken uitspelen. Oké?
a little bit lighter coming from the other side.
Oh! Wacht, wacht, oh, oh! B-plan, B-plan,
This one's actually going to curl too much, but Tom calling him off.
Oh.
Just misses that, catches the one on the back.
Yep. Dat is een B-plan.
That works.
All right, so yeah. And the shooter stays in the back there, so pretty good plan B there. Pretty good change on the fly from Tom midway down the ice.
Having a good backup plan is always important as well.
Yeah, that's the
Of een
importance
sixje.
of knowing where the stones are behind you. So all you young skips out there, when you're in the house, you got to pay attention to what's behind you so you know what you can do.
Freeze is ook goed, hè? Niet te hard tikken.
Just going for a slight tap back.
Ja!
But Stefan indicating that a freeze is also okay in this position. Sweeper's working this one to get it down there. Hold the line. He didn't say stop.
Take out, 2-5.
All right, another takeout here.
Ik vind deze wel risky. Speelt hem maar langs deze kant. 2-5. Je gaat toch vallen.
Ooh, see, this I felt was a little riskier. Gonna curl too much? Are they gonna be able to get that to hold? No. Snipes the second one out, but yeah, that was always the risk that was gonna be. I felt like it's gonna curl too much. Your guess said it was lined up to the yellow. That could be true. Yeah, that could have been it, Wayne. Maybe that's the reason why. That's true. Also, if it was wide, they could have run onto the yellow. So that's a fair guess. After I just got done telling young skips to pay attention to the stones in the back of the house, I wasn't paying attention to the stone in the back of the house.
Ja! Oh!
Make sure this one gets around that red. Looks okay. That should tap, maybe trickle over. Nope, just stays on the nose. But good stone there from Gary.
2-7.
Yeah, not a lot of stones set up for Great Axe to score points here on their hammer ends. They're N19 still controlling, avoiding Great Axe from scoring multiple points here.
I feel like every end at N19's had at least 1.5 hands on the steering wheel. Like they've really had a lot of effort on this. This one just goes out wide, misses that other one, but curls around in the back. Wayne taking credit for teaching Gary all that he knows.
Dat tikje dan ligt als je hierachter loopt.
Well, you were my introduction to curling as well, Wayne, so I have to partially blame you for how I play.
Rechter probeert te komen.
Plenty of room to draw around behind this red in the house. So
Beetje minder. Voor de draagshot hadden we ook iets minder de centerlijnen. Ja, daarom. En moet center komen, hè? Een beetje.
little adjustments to the room placement.
Verder tikken! Verder tikken!
Is this plan B right now?
I believe so. This one's curling over a lot more. It's a little bit lighter than they'd like.
Curling hard.
Gonna curl way too much. Just misses that one, but all right, in the house.
Het zal blijven op binnen. Was hoog.
I think the weight was very good. I just think the line maybe a little bit tight.
Ja, zet hem maar iets. Ja. 2-7 of misschien zelfs een hek. We gaan een 2-9 doen. Want die valt bijna niet, hè. Die van u die was het pikje naar buiten. Ja, die komt niet meer, hè. En in deze was het pikje naar binnen.
So looking
die
for a
valt niet.
little hit and roll, get underneath that red. Coming up this side. You know, not given very much ice. It doesn't curl a lot. They're going to try for some weight, but just needs to get slightly over the right side part of the nose.
Oh. Val.
Don't know this is going to curl over enough. Looks like that's going to be just on the nose. And swipe it outside.
Not a lot of curl on that side. It's a known thing, but then you always hope for it to curl just a little bit.
I mean, it's so tough. You're talking a few centimeters off, and it's like it's a bad stone. It's like it wasn't that bad. I mean, you figure 42 meters down the ice, and you're missing by a couple of centimeters. That's tough.
Zacht coach. Hek hoeft te aan is, hè.
Wayne has taught Stefan, Bart,
Wel
and
links of
Gary
wel
in
rechts
this
wel, hè.
match. Wow.
So Wayne is basically the brain behind this N19 team. There is always a master and an apprentice.
Oh!
This one also, I think, is going to be just off the nose. On the inside, but just doesn't quite get the roll.
Roppe.
Now the question is, will this actually roll underneath that?
Was dat
Top red?
2-9, ja. Oké. Dan gaan we opnieuw doen, hè.
This is
En moet op de
hammer.
neus.
All right, so even a nose hit is fine.
Yeah, no, it should be fine. But looking from the N19 point of view, they are forcing Redux again to just score one. It's always nice if you can avoid the Hammer team from scoring points. And you're kind of putting them on spot. They have the score leads.
Oh! Oh!
This one looks all right. Yep, good stone from Tom.
Well executed.
Oh, well, actually, it has to make sure it's through. Guess it does go through. We'll never know. You had to be here in the house to see it. Because Pim was messing with the cameras.
Well, I assumed it was going through and then I didn't follow up.
But people like to see.
Yeah. Luckily, we have Tom, who's going to update the scoreboard for us.
No, that's not Tom. That's Stefan. That's the magician.
Magician there.
No, and I think he's just putting a shoe on. We'll see.
No.
Oh, he does
remembers.
All right.
That's one for the Ducks. Then we have our halftime break here.
Yeah, I believe they're going to take a couple of minutes, so I guess we can stand up and
stretch our legs.
Stretch our legs as well.
Make sure we stay in shape here because streaming curling games is very, very, very hard for our muscles. I think we can feel a bit tired.
It'd help if I click the button. There I am. There we are. So, pretty tactical match so far. I think really just playing the ice, playing in the stone's lie, don't trying anything too outrageous. I think N19 has done a really good job of keeping control over a lot of the ends. Really kind of the last one you just see it, like maybe they missed a few, but kind of forcing Tom and the Ducks to not really able to play anything difficult. I actually felt kind of like they were forcing the play to come up that straight side, N19 was, so that it really kind of took that curl out of the Ducks' hands.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It feels like N19, they're setting the rules here. They are kind of controlling the game. It's hard for Grey Ducks to find opportunities to score some points. Even in the ends where they have hammer, they are kind of forced to make sure they don't make a mistake and then allow N19 to steal. So I think it's still 4-2. It's not a big score lead for N19, but it feels like they are just going to add a little bit of points to their lead. And if the game is going to continue as it has been played so far, I think N19 should have the win. But of course, it's still halfway, and we could have a comeback. Grey Ducks, they're still in their N18. They haven't won yet. They still have Tom van Waterschoot playing those very important last stones. And if he has a window, if he has an opportunity to score points and kind of make use of their hammer ends, I think he will not hesitate to pull the trigger there. That's something N18 knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think N18 is looking strong so far.
Yep. So smart.
Yeah.
I look like a genius right
You
now.
look like a genius, yeah.
And that's why we play the matches, though. You don't just look at the statistics before. You have to play it. It happens on the ice, not on the paper.
Yeah, that's true. And there's also something that's very hard if you try to follow games over on these international events like the World Juniors or other events, the mixed events. You can have the live scoreboard, but scoreboard doesn't tell the story of the game. It's really hard to know if team scored one, if this is it because they were able to throw a very difficult stone to avoid the other team from scoring 4, or did they mess up and they had an easy opportunity to do a take out and score 3, but they just scored 1 because they left something short? You really don't know. So if you want to know what's happening, then you really need streaming, and you need the video footage, or at least you need to be in the venue and watch the game and watch the stones. Otherwise, well, it's just numbers on a board.
Yep. I see Stefan and Tom walking down to the far side of the ice, so we are going to join them back on the ice. Get ready for end number 5. Beginning of the halfway point, the second half of this match. N19 leading the Grey Ducks 4-2, but it's a lot closer than that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it could also be a much broader score too. If N19 had hit that multi-stone first end, we'd be looking at a completely different match. But here we go with Guy starting us off here.
Like, we haven't seen that many shot of the match candidates so far.
I've clicked a few, but not super. Some have been very good technically, so we may have one of those technical shots, but we've got a few, not as many like wow, spectacular, but I think that's where the way these teams have been playing tonight is just kind of, let's not try anything dramatic. Let's just kind of force things around, or not try to force anything and play smart. So
Kom erachter.
quick update from Sheet B. Letzeburg scored 2 in the 4th, so that match is all tied up 3-3 in the 5th end.
And that's Luxembourg curling stones, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Interesting. I think Luxembourg wasn't playing that strong this half of the season. They've played in League A at some point and relegated to League B, and now they're even fighting to stay in this new League B. They might relegate to C if they don't get some wins on the boards.
Oh.
This one curls over a little bit too much, a little bit light, so that's their butt does end up on the center line, so the no-tick rule is in effect. See, Tom gives significantly less ice than Stefan does over on this. Stefan would probably be putting it over on the edge of the blue, whereas Tom is just a little bit closer to blue-white.
Chris, Balan! Chris! He's there! Balan! Come on! Got them!
Chris was a bit late on the broom there.
Forgot what his name was.
Yep.
Oh, that's me. That's going to tap the red, and it's actually going to move it into the house. And let's see what N19 opts to do there.
Now, sometimes people call him Ross van Chrismalen, but his actual maiden name or his Christian name is Chris van Rosmalen.
Stefan opting to leave that center stone in there.
Alhoewel, we hebben hem, we staan voor. Eventueel dit, eventueel hiernaast. Doe maar in het huis.
I think everything in scoring position is just
Van voor in het huis, hè.
adding a bit of pressure.
It does, but this gives, yeah, those two yellow guards overlapping. That could be something for Grey Ducks to use. But I think they're going to try to get behind this themselves.
Yep.
So it seems a bit wider than the first
Gaan we
one.
splitten?
Yeah, looking for a split,
Yeah.
maybe?
Oh, komt er terecht op.
Yeah, this is nice, stepping in with behind those yellow guards there. I think
Yep.
it's still open. I think you can still squeeze in between coming left from the center line all the way to the button. So
Yeah, I think so too.
Zo, 2-7.
Yeah, not doesn't need a lot of weight. But aren't you supposed to say, Wayne, you're not supposed to say, I like it. You're supposed to say, I don't hate it. Isn't that the more typical curling calls?
it's
Goes
already as over curling.
way inside. Well, over curls, but does manage to get on that other red, so
Echt heel moeilijk. Ja, ik moet mee.
gets rid of one of the reds and opens things up. So
So maybe Tom is kind of struggling with finding where to put the broom or reading the ice tonight. Or is it just because there's a difference in throwers, handles, throwing
Yeah,
the broom,
and
that kind of stuff.
it's really hard to see if their slide is inside or if the release is inside. Could be a combination of all three things, the slide, release, the broom not being in the right spot, but then you factor in the speed of the stone.
No!
Like that one's a little bit slow and just curls over
Look
really
at my
hard.
dart.
But that's going to end up as a nice guard. Slightly overlapped on that yellow, covering up the red. I like it.
Yeah,
Sta hem hier gewoon bij
it
leggen.
works. Can still curl behind it. Curls quite a bit on that side of the ice, but still.
Guy! Waar komt hem? Ja, Guy! Hut!
I don't hate it. There it is.
Dikke, oh, ballen die steden. Dat is echt ongelooflijk.
That curled a lot. Like the
Yeah.
weight
Dit is geen
weight looked
halen
okay. It
aan
actually even looked a
die
little heavy, but that one curled
Dat is oké,
over
hoor.
a lot. Wow.
Yeah, it's indeed
Oh, what-
figuring out what's happening with the way it curls over on that side is it's still something that's on the learning curve for Grey Ducks there. I hope they can figure it out soon enough.
Als hij mee tikt, ligt hij mee klaar. Liever hier. Kunnen ze niet gebruiken. Onbekend terrein.
Right, gonna put something over on the side of the house.
Lijn is goed.
Wow, this one's curling a lot to the
Lijn is
outside.
goed. Voor het tee. Ziet er hard genoeg uit. Oh.
Plenty of weight.
Ja. Ah, sorry.
Stays
iets te
out
laat
there.
gelopen.
No?
Ah, half mee.
Not a bad stone. I think it's if you're gonna try to split it, yeah, they wanted a little
Here.
bit deeper right on the tee, but Tom's gonna try to draw around.
eerst. Komt hem. Houd hem in de gaten, hè. Chris. Kom.
Oh, that's gonna work.
This is gonna be.
Ah, sorry, hè.
Oh, just a
sorry.
little bit hard.
Ah, kom.
Stays in the back.
Ik had nog iets.
Oh, Nacho.
Hey, Nacho. Welcome back.
Thank you for stopping in, saying hi. Glad you could stop in for a little bit. Always a pleasure to have you. Hope to see you next time. We've got a few streams next weekend,
Maar ik heb toch
so
in het huis. Ik wil niet
hope
te
to
veel
see you
kaarten
then.
maken. Hier, eventueel. Plan ijs hier. Van voor in het huis. Ja!
Gonna work this one. It's gonna miss the yellow, but it's not gonna be very deep. Will it touch the red into the house? No, not hard enough for that.
Ik zal hem erachter leggen. We hebben meer backing nu, hè. Alternatief is deze proberen. Maar ik denk dat deze meer kans maakt. 4.
Going to
Ja,
go in for
Met
that
de vragen,
draw.
hè. Ik geef iets meer ijs. Want hij moet niet hier liggen, hè. Hij mag hier liggen. Oké?
Opting for a little bit more ice because he wants.
Yeah, they were a bit surprised with the way it curls, so it's better to be safe than sorry. They really want the stone in the house.
Kies, Balan. Balan.
Again, a bit late on the broom there
Oh,
from
no.
Chris.
This is
Oh,
well
zit erop,
inside.
zit erop. Oh, niks doen. Zit. Oké.
Yeah, another stone they
Ah,
can
pick it
really
up.
use. It's just stacking up against those guards there.
Yeah, they kind of actually pushed that red one out, so now that N19 can tap that one into the house as well.
Dit is hun gevaar. Ofwel dicht, ofwel tap.
I think on the nose or slightly left of the nose.
Komt er maar rond. Plan B is.
We can tap
Dit.
that through
Yeah,
and
tap
leave
it.
it and leave it closed up. So
Yeah, if you tap
Multi-line.
it through, you have 2 stones in scoring position. Guarded up. Even
I think
curl
if
behind it
it's-
works as well. And you know, it's the plan that Greatox tried to do. So if you know they're trying to curl around, get it on the pin. If you do that shot, we take away the option for Greatox.
Verhuis eruit. Mag curlen van Tikski. Curlen. Ja!
One's
Oh,
gonna
oh, oh,
curl
oh, oh,
in.
Dat is goed.
Yeah, that works.
Just like
Although
that, yeah.
I think if you just nose hit red cards, there are some
Ja,
options to
absoluut.
do
Maar
some
Stel dat we
leading
dat
there.
opruimen,
Yeah, I think
bijvoorbeeld,
a peel weight on the
Okay, dan
nose
altijd
of that
de
top
be-
red
begin met
could
3
move
shots.
all 3 of those
Dus ik-
reds out of the
ik
house.
denk
Yeah, I
dat je-
think so. I
ik denk
think
dat je
depending on the
medical
angle, there is
moet
a
liggen of zo.
triple takeout or double takeout possible.
Die goed raakt.
Wayne saying he gets to be the armchair skip now. It's like a tap back to 4.
Yeah.
I like that, or the 8, yeah. But I think when he was setting that one up, I thought that one was going to be the more likely result
Ja.
than actually getting around it.
Waar?
It just seems like
Ja,
they've
dat is waar.
not,
Dan is het-
neither team has really found that right line, how much ice to give, because you really don't want to be standing out on the edge of the sheet. It just
Het
it's
leuke is
a
dat ze wel
mental
goed vallen, hè. Maar,
thing there.
Qua ijs denk ik dat ik al hier moet of zo. Natuurlijk, ja, inderdaad, als het mislukt, is het een ramp, hè. Maar ik denk dat mijn laatste steen ook een draw gaat zijn. Dus dan kan ik de snelheid al in mijn vingers hebben. Vind ik wel tof.
Looks like they're going for
Ja,
a
ik zal
draw.
echt buitenkant blauw pakken.
Tom saying,
Zelfs nog. Ja, nog. Ja.
yeah, so Tom saying,
I
if I
like-
go for a draw, I then have a kind of sense of weight that I
Gaan
can
jullie
use
eerder
for my
twee
last
kaarten,
stone.
of,
Because probably he's going to have to draw for his
drie
last
stoppen?
stone.
That's true.
En ik
That's
ga mijn
true.
laatste steen zal een draw moeten zijn. Dus
Wayne
ik vind het wel interessant om nu al een draw te
correcting
doen.
himself, saying, "I like. Wait, I mean, I don't hate it. Yes, very much so." It's not the worst thing that I've ever heard.
3-10, op een bepaald moment, die ene van mij daar was ook een 3-10. Hè? En het is
I think this
helemaal
could be an
buiten, hè.
important end here for Grey Ducks, because if they don't get a result from this end, and they allow N19 to score 2 or more, then they could really face a very difficult situation to come back in the game here. So 2 very important stones for Tom coming up.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. There's a lot of pressure on this just because, yeah, with one side being so straight, it kind of changes the play, and so if you can kind of force the other team to go
Yeah.
into one side.
N19 sitting with 3 shot stones right now.
Yep.
So I think that's also why he opted not to do a takeout, because if he misses, then that's just such a disaster, and maybe you don't want to take that absolute risk. And do an attempt for a good draw. If it's not perfect, you can at least be second shots. It
Come
needs
on,
to be
Alice!
wide.
Alles!
Oh, it's
No!
curling a lot at the end there. I
No!
think
Oh,
they
yeah,
get
look
onto
at
the
it.
button or onto the red.
No!
This is
That's
a
a
nice shot there.
Really
It is
good stone there.
buried.
From Tom. Yeah.
It is sitting second.
Tikken?
They could tap it deeper if they can. They still can reach it to give it a little bit of
Ja,
a
wel,
tap
ik
to
ga
tap
van
it
de
in
kant
shot
doen.
position if needed.
een
But at
meer
least they
flaten, dit
take
zit toch
away
wel
an
dik
option
doen.
or take away the risk of N19 scoring a lot of points here. And I think N19 is now looking for ways to take it out.
Yeah,
Dit is
that's
nu het
not.
gevaar, denk ik.
It's
Yeah. So Stefan indicating
Ja, hij
the
heeft
danger
dus
here is
tot hier
if
gedraaid,
Grey
hij moet
Ducks
tot hier draaien,
are
en
able
dan
to
tips
tap it
geven.
deeper, they can tap it onto the
Ik
pin
kan hem
and
zelfs uittikken.
steal this end. So maybe it's better to take it away now.
Yeah, the risk is though if they try to play it away and miss a little bit outside, they could tap it onto
Ik
the
wil allemaal een halve.
onto the
Valt
spot
hard.
as well, onto the pin as well.
Yeah.
But
Ja, ik wil het niet
you
te
know,
veel
it's,
open doen.
sometimes it's a risk you
Hebben
have
zij
to
meer
take.
kansen.
Yeah. Bart indicating why don't we do a run back, but the deal with that is you can open it up, and if you open it up, that's giving opportunities to Grey Ducks again. So they're looking at options to
Dan gaan zij,
avoid
als ze
Grey
iets
Ducks
doen,
to tap it deeper,
Leg
to
je
use
erop
that stone
open.
basically.
maar dat is voor één, hè.
I think N18 could be happy
ja,
with
waar gaat
1
die
point. They have the score lead, so they can accept scoring 1.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry?
I don't think that's a bad call.
Ja,
Just kind of block
Yeah.
that out.
hier.
Yeah, if you block it up, I mean, you know, if you're Grey Ducks, you will want to try and tap it deeper. That's the thing you want. So basically, if you can avoid them from doing that, that's kind of counterplaying their strategy. I mean, N18, they still have the shot stone, so they can still defend that shot stone. Maybe it's something they don't want to do if they want to score more points, but they don't need to score more points.
No,
Yes,
it
just
looks
the-
like where they're putting the broom. Yeah, they're gonna opt for this defense.
I think that's a smart move. Just kind of avoid Grey Ducks from stealing here. Grey Ducks, they're gonna want to steal.
I see Stefan looking at that triple possibility, but
Kunnen ze maar altijd gebruiken, hè. Take-out niet, hè.
will Tom want to actually do that? Because if he's a little bit inside on that top stone, it could run his own red out,
Dan moet
yellow
hetzelfde
out
doen,
there,
want het
and
is minder
then
gemakkelijker, hè.
they could give up even more. So
Als het weg is, hebben ze druk van 3. Nee, daarom, de take-out, als ik dat zou doen, zou een beter resultaat zijn dan dit.
And if it's
Als
gone,
ik dit doe, leg er één voor, force to one, hebben ze...
Grey Ducks they can
Good,
also,
possible.
still use that redstone sitting on the side to roll in,
yep.
so they can still
Dan
make
moeten
use of
we
that
altijd
stone
doen,
again.
hè. Gewoon precies take-out.
You can't cover everything.
No. So you have
And-
to decide like what's the best way to
Yeah.
make it as difficult as possible for
Yeah.
Grey Ducks to get a result here.
What's the highest percentage
try
shot and
takeout.
cover it?
Niet te veel hek, want als ik hem... Maar vet, dan ligt hem zelfs shot.
Going for a takeout here.
Nog iets meer.
I think that could work. I mean, if it's out, then there is just nothing for yellow in the house with a lot of redstones to apply some pressure, and then just pressuring Greatex to score 1 point or try and steal 1 point with a very difficult draw. We know it's not easy to make those draws.
Oh!
Feels like it's curling too much already.
Ja!
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that was plan A, but it was very well executed there.
We're
got
clicking
it out.
that. There's
Click that,
there's the wow shot.
Was net de bedoeling.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Stefan's confirming, sorry, that was not the intention, but was a plan B or plan C, and well,
Which stone was he trying to take out then?
I think he was just trying to take out yellow.
Oh,
with,
just get around it
yeah,
and get on
just-
it directly? Okay.
No fancy stuff. Oh,
That
so
works.
unfortunate. I mean, if you're Grey Ducks, you see they're missing the takeout, but then they get the luck
Dan mag je dat zeker hebben, hè. Houd hem goed in
to
de
succeed
gaten.
with a plan B and still take it out that way. It's like,
Proberen
oh,
hetzelfde te doen, ook weer een klein beetje naar buiten zitten. En zeker op het einde, hè. Dus
sometimes
prima
you
als
need
die
those kind of
achter de
lucky
tien
moments
hangt,
as
hè.
well, and
Dat
now
is
it's
prima. Maar die moet erachter, want anders kunnen ze hem
No,
pakken.
this is an important stone for Tom because now they need to get something in there to prevent the big
Yeah.
end from a negative because
and they need to
don't
tick,
have the
tick
hammer. Yeah.
multiple boxes. It has to be close to the pin to
Alright,
avoid
stellen we
N19
drie
from
seconden.
scoring more than points, but it has to be protected as well. If it's exposed, N19 can have an easy takeout to score 4 points, so it has to be buried. Luckily for Tom, he can use his muscle memory. It's pretty similar to the stone he threw before.
Come on!
This side has the curl to make it
Come
all the
on,
way
Hart!
to the
Yes!
forefoot.
Come on, Guy, come on! Bigger,
Needs to make it
no!
curl.
No,
Needs to
no,
make it curl.
No!
Needs to be buried.
Wait,
It's a
allemaal lopen.
great stone, but
goed
just
gepakt.
not
Ja, ik,
covered enough. No.
It is exposed. It is
is
exposed, and I
yeah.
think N18 is going to hunt it down. They are going to aim the cannon, pull the trigger, and then depending on where the shooter will end, they could score 4 points here.
Anamik
Ja,
asking,
ik had toch één
why
hard
don't they
spelen, die
play
valt toch hard.
with the back line over the right side?
I think they just don't trust the curl over on the right side. If the right side is too straight, then it's exposed, and that's something they needed to find a spot where it was protected by a guard, and then they needed the curl, and therefore they needed to play over on that side of the ice. Now the magician is going to pick it out. And if he succeeds, this is going to be huge for N19 here. Very scary if you're Greatex right now. And it looks a bit wide.
It looks like it's gonna catch it on the side.
Oh, it
does
catches
get
on the
rid of
side.
it. So
Lose the shooter, but they scored 3, and Tom is disappointed.
you see Bart shaking his hand there, like, "Ooh, that was a tight one. That was a close one." But that will be 3, I believe, for
But yeah,
N19.
3 for N19, and I think this might be a kind of decisive end here for the game.
Yeah, I
Because,
think.
This had to be the end where Greatex could build towards their comeback, but now they allow N18 to score 3. They are facing a 7-2 gap. That's 5 points they need to make in just 3 ends. Of course, they have 3 hammers, but it will be super hard. And they were struggling with the ice, with the weight curls. And also, the frustrating part in this end is N18 got this result from being a little bit lucky with their 7 stone. Remember, they were trying to do a takeout. It overcurled, but then luck was on their side, and they were able to take it out with a plan B.
Yep. Sometimes, though, it's better to be lucky than good, but I mean, honestly, you had to be a little bit good to get that luck. So, Philippe starting it off for N19 here in the 6th, as N19 leads Grey Ducks 7-2. So, this is going to be a very important end for Grey Ducks. They need to score, and they need to score multiple. I think they need at least 3, otherwise, we're seeing handshakes. That would be my guess. This one just gets over onto that center line.
4,
Yeah, I think just touching the center line is enough for the no-tick rule to be in effect.
That is correct. So Tom going to come up this other side. They're going to come into the house, try to use that guard to their advantage.
Wat komt hem? Stefan, Willem!
Make sure this one
Come on,
gets
Stefan!
around.
Willem!
Starts to curl.
Willem,
Curls
Stefan!
hard.
Willem,
Come on, hard,
on.
Stefan.
Wow. Stop. Rustig, Guy.
Nah, man.
Oof.
Oh, waarschijnlijk.
Yeah, even I think people here sitting on the benches, I think some of them might have had a heart attack. I don't know if we have to call emergency services here. I'm just gonna do a double check. No, they are still alive, barely alive though.
That was tight. I thought, okay, that was going to be just wide enough around, no problem.
Ja!
This one is tight, though. Sweepers are going to have to work hard to keep this one out there. Because there it starts to go. Sweepers doing their jobs.
Ho! Ja, ik kon niet
Gets it
lossen.
around. Taps back on the yellow. Nice stone there. Good work from the sweepers. Got to give the
Stand up!
got to give Bart and Gary their credits there on that one, holding that one tight, because that was
Give
holding that
each
one around because that
minus.
was tight.
Yeah.
Tight off the hand.
So I'm saying a little bit more ice on this
Ja,
one.
maar het mag het hebben. Het mag het hebben.
And they have the backing. You don't need to scare us all the time.
Yeah.
Stefan! Waar
This one
komt hem?
seems
Ja,
a bit
Stefan!
tight.
Ja, hard! Ja, hard vooraan! Hard vooraan, kom aan! Kom aan, nog!
Gatling gun is out there.
Hard! Kom aan, nog! Nog!
Needs to get around. It
And
gets
it is
around.
around.
But it's going to curl over past that red.
Oh,
a
that
little
works.
bit. Oh, very nice stone there. I think I know why Tom makes the da-da-da-da noise, because I think his voice wouldn't hold up if he had to shout all the time.
Yeah. But very nice opening stones in this end here. Lead stones can be spectacular and exciting, and I think both he and Philippe proved this.
Is it Philippe or Philip? F-I-L-I-P. I always think that's Philip. But I could be wrong. I've been known to
Yeah.
pronounce people's names wrong before.
Ho,
Ja, som-
alleen lengte.
This one's going to curl around nicely, only for the length. And sits just above the tee. Very nice
lengte.
stone there.
Yep.
As you hear Stefan say, good length.
Yeah, even non-English people tend to pronounce names wrong. People here in this region of Belgium, they always pronounce my name
wegspelen.
wrong. It's, I'm not gonna say I'm frustrated, but they tend to say Piem instead of Pim.
Beam.
Kijk uit!
It's like they don't hear the difference between E and E. It's very, very strange.
I remember
P.
explaining it to someone and saying,
Ah.
yeah, it's Tim
Ah.
with a P. And then they said, Tim?
Oh! Nog! Oké, mooi.
There we go. Gets rid of the guard. Shooter falls off to the side. Done and done. Opens things up there.
Dit
We've
weg.
had a bit of excitement over on
far.
Sheet B since our
good.
last update.
Really?
Yes, Curling
Come on,
Stone scored 3 in the 5th, but then Luxembourg
Kan hij
scored
hier
4
komen? Meer
in the
controle
6th.
op de lijn.
So it is now 7-6 for Luxembourg
Een
over
drie.
Curling Stones over there.
3-4.
They're in the 7th end.
Ja!
Trying to bring this one down. It doesn't curl a lot, but it does actually curl. So this
Oh.
one's going to curl off that center line and kind of leave
Dat
that
is nuttig.
exposed over there.
Ja.
Zo, hier een
Bart
take-out
slightly
spelen.
disappointed.
Hij moet precies op de bezem zijn. Oké?
No pressure.
Voor een take-out.
No pressure.
You can't miss it. It has to be exactly on the broom.
Yeah. You pushed it. And it's always a bit scary to know.
Stefan!
Trying to hold this one because it has to squeeze past that top guard.
Oh,
And it does. Catches up the side of the nose and
this
gets the
is-
double. That is,
Stop
It's
it.
being clicked.
that's the excitement we've been waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
That is it. That was on the button.
And
On
Chris
the
can
broom,
be-
just like he wanted.
Yeah.
Chris, no pressure there.
And Chris was like, oh, so on the broom. Yeah.
What?
This
Oh.
is, now I
Now you
got
say
it. Yeah, see, if you told me earlier that I have to throw on the broom, I could throw stones
I
like
would
that
have
like
done it
every
before.
time. That's a skip mistake, obviously. I'm not mentioning that.
Yep.
A great end so far in terms of execution.
Well, it's going to be a little on the outside, so I think they're only going to get the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, just didn't curl over enough.
And 2 yellow stones in the house, with yellow having hammer. So is this going to be the end where Greydux score the big house and they make
Yes.
the
Ik zou wel
comeback?
langs hier willen komen. Kan heel veel
Just
les
like
geven,
Team
oké?
Verno against
Maar ik zie
Team
niet aan de
Verreken
Verreken,
bal.
oh, yeah.
a few weeks ago. You know.
Remember that game? Last end, very exciting. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, as the English people with their rich vocabulary would say.
Oké, dat is goed.
But do you know why they say that?
Dat is perfect.
Probably related to
perfect.
opera or something like that, I guess.
Exactly,
Houd hem vast,
yes.
hè.
See, I am a man of culture. As we
one is-
watch this stone rolling in.
Ja.
Ah, beautiful.
Trying to get
Beautiful.
this one on top of the tee line.
Nicely behind the
Behind
guard.
guards,
from
very
the
good
tee,
stone there.
sitting there saying, hey, N19.
It's click worthy, but you know what? It's really hard to beat when you've got
Weet
that,
wel niet hoe ver
that
dat
big
valt.
stone from Chris just moments ago.
Yeah.
Dit blijft recht, hè.
think
Great
it-
putting pressure.
Yeah, I think at this point, N19's probably going to want to start taking things out that they can. They
Yeah.
I think they should be happy enough to concede one in the end. You know,
Yeah.
maybe two, but then they get the hammer back for the 7th, and they can extend their lead.
Yeah, just control the game. Make sure that you don't give Greydux a chance at scoring a lot of points here. And there's only one way to score points, and that's by putting stones in the house.
Ho! Ja!
So it's starting to curl over. No, it's going to catch it.
Need to sweep to even.
Ooh, almost got that backdoor
plastic
double. Just, but they managed to hold it, gets rid of the one.
That was scary. They needed to sweep to just make sure it was hitting that yellow stone there.
Tom opting to put that one back. A lot of yelling coming on from sheet
Dat is
B.
oké.
And I look over, I see a lot of stones in and around the house.
Doe vast, hè.
It's all about the wait for this one.
Want to get this one into the house.
Pak hoog. Ja, nee. Hier nu. Ja. Oké, perfect.
And
That's a
mooi.
good
Good
one.
save.
Keeps some separation between the stones, so harder to make a double out of it.
yeah, you don't
think
want
dit
the stone
wel
to be too
Heel mooi. zeg.
deep or too far back.
Ook langs buiten.
And so far, we are in a situation where Greydux is forcing N19 to take out the stone, and if they can just take out one,
Goh, dat weet niet
then
wat
they
hij doet.
are set up for a
Double curl.
potential treehouse. If they draw the
Van
last
buiten
one.
blijft kunnen we dubbel zien.
Two more stones for N19.
Yeah, and these stones are crucial as well.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
really need to get this one out. They need to try to put theirs in a position
Well,
where it
nice.
would. There's
Well,
more
roll.
risk that the
Well,
Ducks
next.
take one of their own out as well.
Plan B is als een buiten blijft dubbel.
All right, so I said if plan A is have it hit and roll over. Plan B, if it's a little bit outside, they could possibly get a double out 2 yellows, which would also be beneficial.
Important thing is you cannot miss this takeout.
I think up this side. Oh, I was just about to say up this side of the ice, it's not really an issue, but that one looks like it's sliding right through.
Whoa!
Oh my!
And it misses 2 stones, and how on earth was it able to get in between and not touching either one of those stones?
Wow!
Is this the comeback end right here? Is this going to be that Vergniaud moment?
Oh, but remember that comeback came up short, so let's you gotta prepare for that too.
They're giving
that
Greydux a
was-
window of opportunity here.
This is a huge opportunity for them to score not only 3 but possibly 4. So
Oh, imagine 4. That would bring them back into the game with
Yeah.
6 to 7.
that would
And,
be something, yeah.
having a hammer in the last end, that certainly would change so much for Greydux if they can score 4. I mean, 3 more stones to play. But yeah, N18, they only have 1 more stone to avoid the disaster. Well, not a disaster, but a
mean-
very poor end here.
Yeah. I mean, if that was a centimeter further outside, that tips that first one and then probably runs onto the second one, they probably get a double out of it. But instead, just misses, slides right between the two, giving a huge opportunity here for Tom and the Ducks.
Yeah, Tom just splitting the house, making sure that all of their stones are scattered, so you don't allow N18 to do a double takeout. They have to choose one. Or try to draw on the pin, that's also a possibility.
Als die hier ligt, dan gaan ze niks meer doen.
Yeah, there's
I think if you
anything on the
think,
outer edge of the house,
niet meer
they're
rood,
not
denk
going to
ik.
do anything with it.
no,
Ja,
Nee.
of wit-rood denk ik. Wit-rood.
and can Tom keep his cool for this one? He knows this is an important moment in the game. 2 important stones.
Iets meer nog, dat ik zeker niet op die guard zit. Nog ietsje meer, ja.
N19, they cannot be lucky all the time. They were a bit lucky with their
Heb je al nog
takeout
andere
attempt in the last
suggesties?
end, but you can see the curling gods, they
buitenkant.
kind of came back and said, well, here, we're going to
Ja, ik
make
was
you
aan
miss
het
this
denken, ik leg
important
die
takeout.
daarbij. Ja. Ja. Ja, die gaat curlen, maar niet heel veel. Ah, ja. Nee, het is dat, hè, ja. Het is dat. Laat ze maar proberen, hè, aan die kant. Dat is een moeilijke kant, hè.
Yeah, I think Tom is saying, well, they can draw. They can use the wall side to try and do a draw, but it's curling so little. Let them try. If it's exposed, we have a chance to take it out. It's a very difficult draw. We're gonna put an extra stone in there, make sure they're scattered, and then it's up to a 19
Yeah,
to save
I think
their day.
I think that's a very, very good call from Tom here. Use the straight ice kind of to your advantage, knowing
Yeah.
they won't really be able to get it buried. They've not done a turn out on this one, on this side, all games. So is it going? How much is it going to curl?
Oh nee,
Is it clipping the
godverdomme.
guard?
Oh,
And that's a
Tom.
square jar, and this is
Hoe
an
dat
important
toch
miss for
mogelijk?
Tom.
Hoe is dat nu
Is-
toch mogelijk, jongen?
How is this possible? As he's questioning his
He wasn't. Yeah, and that was the thing. How much does it curl from inside out on that side?
Yeah,
And
was it a
well,
risk coming inside out, knowing that you will have to avoid that guard? Wasn't it just maybe safer to come outside in and
But I think if they wanted to keep it
yeah?
separated, it would have been. They would have basically been putting the broom all the way outside of a sheet, honestly, or up the sheet. So it's a very.
Yeah, this could be an important miss because they need those
heb ik al
points. I mean, they
around.
needed 4 points.
Ideaal zou hit en roll erachter zijn. One take out.
And this is just going for a takeout here. And even if the shooter stays, this will give them an option to avoid Greydux taking this. Nice, finds a bit of a roll, not too much, but they take it out, and now Greydux, they have to take out Reds. They need to
Yep.
find a way to score
Reserve?
3. They need to take the risks. They have to
Shooter needs to stay. That's an important one. Yeah, if they don't score 3 on this end, I think it's handshakes. They would have loved it 4, or possibly even a
Sorry,
chance for
mannen van die
5.
vorige.
But I believe 3. They have to have 3.
Oké, 2-7. Zie dat je direct op zit, hè. Ik ga hem een klein beetje naar buiten zetten.
This is a crucial stone here for Grey Ducks. They need to take it out. And they need to keep their shooter in play.
Needs to curl over.
Feels a bit wide. Will it jam on their backstone?
Oh, no.
But they another
another
square jar.
square jar.
They score 2.
Ooh.
And this is so disappointing for Grey Ducks. They knew this was their end. They knew this was the end where they could score 4 and they didn't. They just scored 2 and 2 was okay-ish, but just
Oof.
not good enough.
Tom cannot be happy about that.
They had a chance.
They had a chance for a,
was
for a
there.
huge end. They get 2. I mean, at least it's
7 to
something.
4, but yeah, 7 to 4. It still looks like that you're trailing behind
They
a
have
lot. If 7 to 6 would have been totally different, knowing
Yeah.
that you have a hammer in the last 10, that kind of stuff. But they missed out on 2 important points here.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
But
Because now they're going to have to steal. I think they're going to have to steal.
yeah,
their
they
way
have
in.
to. And if they've done one thing, it's scare N19. It's kind of
Ik mag
showing
hier pakken.
we can score 4 points. We can score a lot of points. If you miss a takeout, if you don't play your best end, we'll be right there trying to snatch away some points and make it scary again for you guys.
So these lead stones are going to be huge to start this end. They need the build up. They need to get something in play.
Moet nog
Guards,
voorvallen.
nothing in the house. This feels a bit heavy looking at the sweepers.
Maar die valt.
And see, that's the thing that
Staan
neither
wie
of these
bestaan
teams have
kan.
seen, is that if it's in between the tram lines, it does curl.
It's
That was
also
a-
a bit heavy.
A little bit heavy, yeah. So that carries into the house. So Stefan is just going to say, "Let's get rid of it."
Yes. And it's important to get it out. I mean, if you miss those takeouts.
However, it's not often you ask your leads to throw takeouts. So. And Philippe from what I understand, he used to curl, took some time off, and has just come back this season. So is he?
This looks
Curl
okay.
It looks okay if it curls.
Ooh, this is barely okay. I don't think. No, this
No.
is not okay. And watch out for the hags there. But
Ik had gedacht dat er nog wel iets kwam.
Hashtag Pim's wrong.
hashtag
Well,
Pim's
well,
wrong. Yeah.
Just in
Binnen
time for
begrepen.
Bina to show up and say hi. Good to see you, Bina.
Hey,
We've
Bina.
been looking out for you. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, hey, Bina. You could be just in time to witness this comeback moment for Grey Ducks. N19 is starting to stack up some misses. Grey Ducks, they weren't able to actually punish them hard. They punished them a little bit, but I think N19 is a bit scared at this point. They know it's not over yet.
So wanting to curl
Ja, Chris,
over.
Chris. Ja,
There
veeg
it
maar, veeg maar,
goes.
veeg maar. Ja, nog. Dat je blijft curlen. Nog.
Doesn't
Okay.
quite curl enough,
No,
but
this-
is on that center line, so it does add a little bit of protection to that backstone there.
Op zich weg.
Yeah, I think
Gewoon leggen.
2 options. Take it out or try to freeze up against it. Even find a little roll behind the
Doe maar
little
leggen.
guard as an option. I
Beetje
think
te hard,
Stefan
een
is going for a
stukje.
draw.
Normaal gezien take-outs. Maar dat valt hard, hè.
Maybe Stefan is scared
maar
that
take out.
a missed takeout could even worsen the situation here.
Well, that's what he's opting for is the takeout.
Now we know slower stones, they tend to curl on this ice, but I don't really know for sure how hard stones will do in terms of curling.
Yeah!
I feel like he lifted the handle a bit on that. Lifted his hand on the handle, so it might have drawn it inside. I think that's going to catch that guard. I think
Oh!
that's
think
going to
it is.
curl over. Yep.
Now, is it going to tap in yellow? It's going for a little jam there.
But it.
Oh, interesting here for Grey Ducks. Now they have 2 stones. And then the question is, Tom, is he going to put it back? Or is he going to accept 2 yellow stones in the house and trying to put a guard in front of it? I think that's
He's
the
going
case.
to go with it. Yeah.
I mean, they just given us an extra stone. Let's guard in front of it. We can use that red stone again as a guard. So that red stone that's sitting in front of the house is their
You
friend.
okay?
So 2 misses
Jullie
from
gaan goed
Philippe
voor
here.
ons. Kaart! Gaan zo spelen?
Yeah, it was hard to say what where that stone was. I saw Gary kind of kick it off right away, but it did move off the center line, so I don't think it's too far out of position.
Now, if they can put up a good guard here, I think they're set up for potential
Nog
steal.
veel vallen. Komt hem.
Now, if this one if it doesn't curl over enough,
Ja, pak hem een beetje. Ja,
Starts
ja,
to
nog,
curl.
nog.
Like you said,
Nog,
as soon
nog,
as it's kind
nog.
of
Een klein beetje tikt. Ja, nog,
going
nog,
over
nog.
the center, it
Nog,
will
nog,
start
nog,
to
nog,
curl.
nog.
Going for that little tap, it's plan
Oké,
B
wel.
here.
Ja.
didn't
Zo, midden,
quite
hè, maar-
get there.
It was kind of a doubt situation. Do you wait to sweep and allow it to just curl over, or do you want to sweep it, find that little tap, and roll?
I think on that one they needed to find that. They needed to sweep it. It's it just doesn't curl enough over there. You'd better take the tap and roll over.
Bart going for a double takeout, at least getting 1.
This one looks to be a little bit off the nose.
We'll just
so
catch
it's
one, I
gonna
guess.
Catch one, yeah.
Yeah, this is also why even this kind of quote-unquote simple guards are crucial for your build-up. Imagine if that yellow guard would have been where it should have been, then it would have been a different situation, but still opportunities here for Grey Ducks.
Yeah, with those 2 stacked up in the center, you can still get behind them.
Yeah.
Ja, lijn is goed. Lijn is perfect.
It's all about the
Ja,
weight now.
liefst erin, hè.
The little biter is nice. They need
come on,
to
nog,
score
nog.
points, so they wanted to bite.
Just over the hook.
That's
Just
just
over the
gonna
hook.
get over the
Oh,
hog.
oh.
It's very light.
Oh, and a little
It just keeps carrying that little bit extra and
Yeah, and-
curls over.
And so 2 missed guards. The yellow stone in the house is still exposed, and Stefano's looking, are we going to open things up? I mean, the rubble in front of the house is also not that useful for N19, and that's
Yeah.
their plan here. Just
You know, and also because of that stone in the back, if he's a little a little bit wide, they've got that one there, but he's a little bit tight actually. But I
Oh,
think he's gonna peel
Andere
off
kant.
that top stone.
yeah, P1, and now another attempt for Grey Ducks to put a biter guard right where Thomas putting the broom. Important stones here. Just
graag 3 in het huis. Chris, ja vooraan, ja vooraan.
sweeping for line because this
Just
will
over the
curl.
hookline. Okay, ho, over the hookline. Ja.
Just get this over, and they want to stay in the right position. It's going to just over curl a little bit again.
Yeah, this was a bit too light.
Maybe not as bad as the previous one, but yeah.
Als je mist, hè, hier. Geef gewoon eens.
Yeah, I think they really wanted something to bite. It's
Maar je mag te
Options.
missen, hè.
if your skip tells you you are allowed to miss the stone, this is so comfortable at the throwing party. It's like, okay, sure, but
I don't know that I've ever been told that in my entire curling career.
Ja.
This one's going to nose hit, which, oh, it's going to run straight back on it, but doesn't get
Kijk,
both out.
And this is not a good situation for N19 because they don't clear the guard and they leave a yellow stone in the house, which was the case. So basically, they don't really change the situation in their favor.
Nope, not at all. So
Another attempt for Grey Ducks to throw in a biter. No running on the ice. No running on the ice.
oh, he's more
Je
sliding
moet
than
zeker
running.
geen schrik hebben om die stenen naar buiten te zetten. Ja, zeker naar buiten zetten. Dat moet je absoluut doen. Want die vallen toch gelijk zot hier. Dus
Just kind of reminding Stefan, okay, let's make sure if you miss it's outside because it falls so much. They can't use it if it's inside and gets on those guards, so.
Yeah, misses on both sides here, but Grey Ducks, they
Ja,
still
let's
have that
go.
slight advantage.
dat is perfect.
Line is
Better.
good, it's just for the weights.
Just kies erin. Just. Ja. Ja, ho, ho, ho. Topsteen. Ja,
A little
mooi. Goeie,
bit
goeie steen.
Excellent.
deeper, biting the
Better.
8, but hey, still
Dat is-
a good shot.
Right, Stefan looking to take it out and see if there is a potential run back double.
Ja,
I
zo.
believe they are lined
Double.
up. That would, yeah.
Neus is goed.
Honestly, even if they just get one of these away, it's enough. It's
Ja, hetzelfde.
Yeah, as long as they keep the way to put or the path to put something on the pin open, that's good for them. They have hammer, so that yellow stone is behind T-line. They can always use it as backing, but they just need to avoid Grey Ducks from closing things up here.
Ja.
Ooh, immediate call for a sweep here. Is this inside? Very close to the center line. They need to get
but it's
around the
gonna be
guard.
very tight. That is going to catch the guard.
Oh. No luck for N19 here, and they miss the stick out, and this is an opportunity for Grey Ducks. Can they punish N19?
Ja, dan zou ik er hierin liggen. Hier.
So opportunity here for Ducks to draw something in, get something buried behind those guards.
Ja, want als we daar een guard spelen, dan komen ze gewoon hier. Hè. Ja, ja, gewoon proberen hier te liggen. Eigenlijk wel, hè.
Comes
is
down to
niet
skip
verkeerd,
stones
hè?
again right now.
Eigenlijk is dit ook niet verkeerd, vind ik. Ja? Ja,
Yeah,
oké.
something
Net
something
something
in front
just
of the house
biting on
could
that
work, yeah.
floor. Yeah, put up a guard,
Uh,
block the path. But it needs to be biting so that
Ja,
if
maar
they
iets minder
take
voor
it
mij.
out, that it
Ja.
stays out. But if it happens to carry deep, it will be guarded. They just need this. They
ja, van
really need this
voorkant,
above
ja.
the T line. That's the important
Bijtertje zou die
miss
houden
is that
eigenlijk.
it's above the T
Maar hij
line.
moet niet die twee afdikken, hè. Hij mag daar zo wat in. Als hij... Ja, zo... Hij moet eigenlijk die baan ook een beetje afnemen. Dat is eigenlijk het idee, ja. Die twee, denk je?
Looks like a quick update on sheet B. Another 4 house
Yeah.
for
Luxembourg.
Luxembourg. So Luxembourg seems to win the game with 8 points in their last 2 ends, which is big results.
Yep. So 11-7 through after 7.
All right, back to the
Duidelijk
game.
gegeven. Beetje pakken, ja, houd hem in de gang.
Yeah, make sure this does not overcurl. Needs to get around those
Sorry
guards.
jongens.
It's too light.
This is too light, and this is kind of a flashback to what happened earlier. Can they get it into the house? If they can get it to bite, it could still work.
No,
Ja,
it's
het is
just
jammer dat
came
het er
don't.
niet in is, maar ik vind de lijn...
unfortunately a little
In-
too
Voor de
short.
neus. En niet blijven liggen is ook nuttig.
Now, in terms of
Wel, dat
line,
hoeft zelfs
they
niet. Dit is beter.
kind of avoid
kunnen ze
N19
zich
to put
bijleggen.
something on the pin, and that was their plan earlier. So there is still some results.
But now instead of having something in a scoring position. Now they're allowing N19 just to say, we'll take these out, we'll run for the double, take away any anything there. So
Het is iets minder ijs aan de just, maar de just had ik nog vetsken, hè. Dit genoeg is.
Is the magician going to save his team here?
last person off the ice left the door open.
Yeah!
I'm hearing the echo.
And this is
And
the
he
double
gets
takeout.
it. And he gets it.
And
That's
potential shot of the match
huge.
here, and especially because this is so crucial for how this game will play out.
That is huge. Thank
Think-
you, Guy, with Karma for closing the door.
I think he semi-sealed the deal here for N19 because this takes away options for Redux to do big steal here. They just have one more stone.
No, you went one too far on the next.
Oh, yeah. In the Redux, they have one more stone here.
Yeah, that was a big ouch for the Ducks. You're right, Bina.
Beautiful double takeout from. It was not an easy double takeout.
No, there was quite a bit of distance between the stones. So
Pak eens iets meer eens. Ietsje meer, ja. Jop. Dus even. Stefan!
they need to steal this
Ah!
one. They need to get it around.
Val! Val dan, als kuiken.
Oh.
Kom.
Ouch. This didn't curl
Wel
enough.
10 keer dat hij gaat vallen.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that one might have curled over and taken and tapped that yellow one forward, which would have been a pretty good result. But blank end here for the N19 won't be a bad result. So
Nope.
they're just going to try to take this yellow one out.
Minder ijs aan de just, hè.
Yeah, blank is fine
Iets
indeed.
meer. Te veel? Dat is iets meer.
Stefan's
goed.
favorite
Ja,
shot,
wel.
the blank,
Als ik hem gewoon links
the
raak,
take
is
out
goed,
for
hè.
a blank.
And doesn't have to be hard.
But it does have to make contact, and it does.
And there's the blank.
There's the blank. So
Last end.
heading into the last.
Redux facing 3 stones. They have hammer, but they need to score 3 to tie the game.
Yeah, steal of 3. I think we're going to see a lot of takeouts, hits from N19. I think they're just going to take
Yeah.
out anything possible.
Yeah, they need to avoid to allow a rubble on the pin, because if there is a rubble on the pin and N19 somehow throws a very bad peel takeout, they could allow Redux to do a steal here.
So with the blank, N19 keeps the hammer. They keep the hammer, so Grey Ducks and Guy having to open it up for the Grey Ducks here in the final end. You know, still a bit of drama in this match. You know, I thought after
Ja, dat is
the
oké. that is
the
okay.
2 threes, that we were looking at a okay handshakes early, but you know I was wrong, which I'm fine with. As long as N19 comes out and wins, I'm perfectly okay with this.
Ja, is perfect. Geen hebben we nodig hebben. Yep. Goed
All
steek,
right, good stone right there, center line. Maybe a touch high if we're being critical, but
Dit is voor center. Alleen lengte.
They're coming up that side. Part of me is wondering,
Komt gewoon.
why are they putting anything at
In
risk?
thuis. Ja.
Why wouldn't they just throw it through the house?
Dat komt gewoon.
Because
Well,
now
Belgium
they've
komt.
given a stacked over guard for the Ducks. That's for me is a curious call. I think I would have said put it in the house or put it through. You know, Guy can just kind of draw this one in behind those guards, get it into the house.
Dat is perfect.
But like we always say, it's so easy to be the skip from up here.
Yeah. This seems hard. I think this is going to
Ook
just
niet
roll
tegen
out.
eigenlijk.
A little bit heavy. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they don't need those kind of stones. Every stone is super important for Great Duck.
Van
So,
voor in thuis.
looking at Tom's body language, I think he kind of accepts. All right, this is over right now. He's starting to lighten up, which is also a way to say, okay,
Just wasn't their night.
yeah.
Yep.
Lijn is krap. Ja.
A little bit tight. It's going to start curling right there before the guard.
Alleen lengte.
Or I
Oh.
meant before the logo. Gets around the guard. That's going
Yeah.
to look really nice,
Oh,
actually.
Mooi.
Oh, this is
Very nice LSD there.
this is sending a message, putting something perfectly behind the guards, closely to the pin, in front of the D line.
Ik
It's
zou liever een hek hebben. Hek. Dat die wat naar achter komt. Deze hier. Maar een lichte hek, hè. Eigenlijk is zo'n backline ook goed. Oké? Dat is het plan.
That's the plan. Yeah, but see, Wayne, I don't have arms on my chair, so it's not so easy. My life is hard.
Komt hem.
It's so
Hier.
hard up here in the booth.
we definitely need better chairs. I think if we ever find a sponsor, that's one of the first things. Maybe a sponsor
Chair
get,
sponsor.
donate a chair sponsor.
Come
Yeah,
on.
instead of
Alle
these.
twee.
Oh, this
on,
looks pretty
come on.
good. This is going to get around those guards, and they're going to get it right on top. That's going to be very nice. Even so, Stefan acknowledged it in the back, little tip of the cap, tip of the broom. A very, very nice stone.
Mag hard.
That here begins the let's take everything out. Start cleaning up the stuff in the front. All right, Bina, good to have you stop in for a little bit.
What?
Hope to see you sometime soon. Have a good evening.
Bye, Bina. Thanks for watching.
Or I guess for you, it's still afternoon.
You still have some weekend left over. I mean,
Oops. Tom is
Die
yelling
dat
and I
we
forgot
hier
to
toch
switch.
moeten opgaan. Met een ietsje steviger nog.
Oh, it's still morning there.
Ja,
Jeez.
iets meer. De lijn was perfect.
I'm
Iets
so
meer
jealous.
nu.
Sunday morning.
Well, I guess it's his morning, not technically the morning,
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's still around
moet nog veel
lunchtime.
vallen. Guy, Guy. Come on, Guy. Come on. Come on. Houd hem vast. Come on. Come on. Nog. Nog. Nog.
Wow,
Wow.
good sweeping
Awesome
there.
stone. And we have applause here. And
Is hem.
That
2
was
stones for Grey Ducks.
that was a great stone.
Ik had deze vragen. Als je die hebt, is het niet erg.
Oh, Bina is in Wisconsin, I think. So they're 7 hours behind us here. But Bina also does a lot of things at night.
Yeah.
He works at night, so this would be his morning. He'd just be getting up.
Oh.
This one's going to get rid of one of them. Is it going to roll underneath? Oh,
finds
look
the
at
roll and
that.
equally
That's the
nice.
roll. Click on that one, too.
Yeah, and if you're Tom, you're like,
Dat is vervelend cool.
This is so annoying. What do you do?
Ja,
What do you do? That was a nice stone. I mean,
Yeah.
annoyingly well performed.
Stel voor dat we een time-out doen en onze coach erbij vragen.
Oh, they're going for a timeout. They
think
want to call in the coach. That would be pretty funny.
What?
All right, actually,
No. He said now what we do is call a timeout.
Timeout.
Oh, he is?
yes.
He
Oh,
is? He's calling a timeout?
and yeah, they're alternately saying, "Hey,
Grillen.
can you
let's
bring me in to save the day?" But no, they are going for a timeout here. Bringing in the coach, like, "Hey, coach, what are you going to do about the situation?"
Ja,
Yeah, because
die twee stenen van u waren echt super. Hè? Ja, die kwam eigenlijk perfect daar. Hè. Ik denk, allee, die moet weg. Die moet weg, punt. Ja, zo wegchippen en dan naar hier komen. Dat is wel een idee eigenlijk. Hè. Ja.
That's
Want ik was aan het
kind
denken,
of...
moeten we die verwijderen en dan zo.
They have an option of trying to run back the red onto the yellow. It'll get rid of that second, the shot red, but then the yellow's going to sit exposed and then pushing another red into the house. So
Aan een 2-7, als die zo just inch dik raakt, die moet eigenlijk maar hier liggen is oké, hè. Hier is ook oké. Ja, 2-7.
right, and the coach is approving, or just I don't know.
I think they just brought her in to make her cold.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, she was getting too comfortable here at the boots. She was like, "Come on over here, feel the pain with us."
Jawel, 2-7. 2-7. Je moet het hebben. Ja. Gie! Hard!
They need to hold this straight. This needs to miss their own yellow.
Come on, nog!
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there's the bunny hop. There's the bunny hop. Oh,
So close.
this is so unfortunate.
Oh,
I would blame the coach, because this was something you should have seen if you were the coach. You should have stepped in and said, "Hey guys, there's a risk that you will do this outer stone."
Oh, I think they saw it, they knew it, but they had to take the chance. It's
Yeah.
really their only chance to kind of get things, to
Hey,
try to
have-
flip things around. And I mean, how much did they miss that by? Not much. It was an incredible run at it. This one is going to be inside. No, there it goes. It's okay.
All right, 3 more yellow stones in play. So technically, they are not playing for a win anymore. They're playing for a tie at best. But
Uittikken, hier liggen.
I don't really see that happening anymore, John.
Oh. Tim. Tim's saying, I wouldn't have minded running the red guard in. You replace it with your yellow shooter. So the yellow in the house remains protected and the reds can also stay around. The Ducks need rocks in play. Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's one of those, it's very hard to kind of look at and go, yeah, we need to run the other one in, because you're always told don't bring the other team's stones into the house. But there, I think it might have been good, but certainly was a heck of a run at it. But this one's going to be a little tight, and this is going to curl onto that guard. Or not.
Hashtag John's wrong here.
They figured out that line.
Yeah.
Stays a little bit open. Does get the
Stefan.
Weg.
stone out,
Wacht, weg
but
is plan B.
I remember kind of being in the game, throwing a very nice stone, but you also know, well, it's a super nice stone, but it's not going to gain us anymore. So it was just one for the books.
yep. So this one to seal the match.
Yeah, if they get this one out, then the match is over. Harry can finish it off here. He can snipe the Yellowstone.
There are the two reds in the back it can jam on, so it's not a given.
But it's
that
out.
one is enough.
It was a sitting duck, and the sitting duck is gone, and we are going to see handshakes here.
What a finish.
What a finish.
I mean, you always want to see come down to the very, very last stone, but I mean, can we really complain about this last end? Lots of good shots, lots of emotion. Good attempts on both sides. We're just waiting to see if somebody puts up the score on the other side. They're all walking down there, so but there's probably a couple stones left over that they're going to get. Going to shake hands with Stefan.
I think Stefan is going to apply. But yeah, you can see there's still the spirit is nice within the team. I
No,
mean,
he's just picking up his own stuff.
boo,
Boo.
boo. As the Grey Ducks are, I think Tom is a bit disappointed. They had a couple of opportunities. They were a bit unlucky. They left things short, but yeah, you can't blame N19 for winning this game because I think N19 was still the better team. We kind of predicted it halfway through that they were in control.
So yeah, that was the match, and somebody was right again.
Yeah, well, somebody was right again. I mean, I could have been right if they had a little bit more luck, but then I remember in the 7th end there was this super lucky takeout from Stefan. Stefan trying to do this takeout, it overcurled, but accidentally went for the plan B and performed the takeout anyway. And then in the 7th end, I think Stefan misses his takeout, and he even had a bit of luck there on Grey Duck's side. But the 7th end was, or was it 6th end? I think the 6th end where Grey Ducks left their opportunity to score 4. It was the end where Stefan misses a takeout, but then Tom also missed his opportunity to put up something. They just scored 2, and then in the 7th end, the 7th end looked promising for Grey Ducks. And N18 accidentally tapping in a second stone for Grey Ducks. And then it was up to Grey Ducks. They had 2 stones in the house to start guarding that situation, setting up for a steal. They were missing those guards. And then Stefan with that potential shot of match doing that run back double takeout, sealing the deal there for N18, putting Grey Ducks in situation, do or die. It was too big of a gap to close. But I think that's the kind of story for the second part of the game. And I can't blame teams. They've given us a very nice game to watch. We didn't see the comeback we've hoped, but we actually saw a lot of shot of match potential candidates in the second part. So nice stones and nice plays there.
Yeah, really good stuff. Really, I was glad to watch it. I had a good time watching it. I hope you guys had a good time watching it too. I mean, we got to look at it. You know, these teams are playing. They're playing for second place. It's hard to get really up for it, but you know, at the same time, they're competitors. They want to win, and so we saw some really good matches. I know Tom would have loved to have finished this season out only losing to Team Vareka, but it's not to be, and you got to play it on paper, and
that proves kind of our points, like the battle for best of the rest. Team Vareka, they're in a different league. They're different quality level, skill level, but then for the second place, it's all open. A lot of these teams can win or lose against each other, so that battle for best of the rest is still super interesting to see. We can't really look at the ranks; they're not updated, but I think this is a big move for N19 jumping up in the ranks. So it will be housekeepers N19 Grey Ducks. I'm curious to know how this will wrap up here.
A lot of teams up there for it. So we have got. Let's see if my button is working. My button is working. Next match will be on Saturday against, it'll be a doubles match. Team Hele against Wit. That is our own Timo Verreken with his partner Wim van Donink against Dirk Hele and his son Jeroen.
Yeah, son Jeroen.
So that's going to be
has some nice stories. There is the father-son thing going on there, the master and the apprentice, and then Dirk, the man with the famous mustache here in Belgium. But we also have the Steen Hoed face-off. It's Dirk against Wim to see who's the goodest of the stones of the Steen Hoed. Very, very weird to make that translate in English. That's kind of
Staying
joke.
good kind of means dinnerware.
Yeah.
It would translate as stoneware, but it would mean like plates and things like that. But it's a play on words for the stones on the ice. So
Yeah.
lots of good team names in this league.
Indeed, and we can wrap up the weekend here, and we hope to see all of you next weekend when the doubles leagues will start to kind of ramp up with more and more matches. We play our second doubles game as Team Curdia on Saturday as well, so we will be able to mention our results on the Saturday evening stream, and hopefully we, if you kind of see us slightly in a victorious mood, that'll probably be because we will win our game, and it's against. Who are we playing? Do you know? Campina?
No, it's Button Smashers.
Button Smashers.
And that is Gary and Tur.
Oh,
Yeah.
we play against the goats.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry already for you, Tur. I mean, you've enjoy the days ahead of you. Kind of enjoy your goat status, because by Saturday evening next week, you're gonna need tissues because there will be tears.
So that's going to be it for us. Thanks for watching us all weekend. Everybody who tuned in, who's chatting along, or just watching along, we appreciate it. Hope to see you guys next time. And don't forget to check out our socials where we post shots of the match and all sorts of other stuff. So until next Saturday, goodbye.
Bye-bye.